here. Shit's crazy. Oh god, I gotta adjust some shit. Okay, I think that should be good. How am I, huh. Still gotta adjust these settings a little bit. New setup, new PC setup, new setup that I have. I'm gonna mute the stream audio real quick. And see if I sound like a robot, because I know that was a problem on my old computer. No, I sound fine. Cool. I think I'm coming through really quiet. Is there a way I can boost my gain at all? Fuck. Thank you, Virus and Threat Protection. Very cool. Okay, I think I can boost it using Windows 10. Fuck me. Windows 10, you're so frustrating. How about now? Oh, that's beautiful. Amazing. Yeah, I just had to turn my gain up. There's just a straight up gain bar that I can turn up. Wonderful. Okay, hello. Yes, it's been a month? Probably a month. Yeah, Duke time. 1080 software, all supported devices. Start this. Alright. Play setup. Alright. Widescreen, FOV. Not in windowed. Polymost. Game setup. I'm just going through some stuff here real quick. Got that all set up. I'm gonna limit it to 100 instead of what I had it at previously. Okay, that should be a bit better. Let me know if the game is too loud, because I know that balancing it can be a little bit of a pain. I'm going to reduce it by about 5 decibels. 3, 2.9. Alright, that should be fine, actually. Yeah, I think that's good. Alright. Okay, so do I do it on Let's Rock or Come Get Some? I don't know where literally everything ever is, so I feel like Let's Rock would probably be... Yeah, you think Come Get Some? Okay.
Come get some. Damn, those aliens bastards gonna pay for shooting at my ride.
Alright, yeah, game's loud as shit. I'm gonna reduce the volume a bit. It's almost, it's competing with me.
Come get some. Yeah, I'm doing alright. Yeah, I think I'm okay at this game. This sucks. Damn, those aliens bastards.
Oh yeah, I have to quick save like constantly now. So whenever I clear an area, I gotta remember to quick save. Because this one doesn't have the rewind function like the other one does. Yeah, I've done this map a few times because I kept doing it, you know, for testing purposes.
Come. Come get some. I'm gonna get medieval on your asses.
Ah, Krusty Duke, my favorite. Oh yeah, by the way, so options, what I'm doing right now. Never auto-aim, always run. Equip pickup if new. So yeah, I'm literally using no crutches for this. This is all just me doing this. The auto-aim was necessary back when you're using the keyboard before Half-Life kind of introduced mouse controls to shoot. Yeah, I mean, that's actually the truth. I'm gonna cant my TV so I can see the chat a little better. Actually, I'm gonna come over here and pull the chat this way so it's a bit bigger. There we go. A bit easier to see now. Yeah, that's much better. Alright, and then here's the theater entrance, which I blew open. Jesus, I almost thought I was about to fucking kill myself.
Come get some.
Where's that coming from? Who am I missing? Who am I missing? Sound's just broken, I guess? Ah, there you are. These dudes are literally coming out of the walls, Jesus. Yeah, sounds about right. Ah, beautiful. Ah, crusty middies, the true way to play Duke. Okay, I think I've gotten everything here. I hear a jetpack, lad. I can't aim directly up. Shit. What the fuck, dude? There's like not even anything here. Great. Waste of time. I want to see something. Can I... Alright, pull the chat box out. Can I move... Can I undock the chat box and put it somewhere else? No. Okay, so what I'm gonna do... I really wish it would let me undock these things and put them elsewhere. On the chat. Because I have two monitors and the chat is all the way on the right on my TV. And it gets really annoying to crane my neck, so I want to put it on the left side of my right monitor so it's a little bit easier to look over at instead of having to crane my neck all the way over. I can... What I can do is I can go to Twitch, go to my dashboard, Bear with me a moment. I really want to, like... Gotta use my 2FA. Because it's a new computer, so I gotta sign back into everything. Alright, send it as a text, I guess, because for some reason I don't have it on my authenticator. Alright, my phone's acting up now. Great. Excellent. Just what I wanted. I wanted my stream to slow to a literal fucking crawl because my phone is just being the best right now. There we go. Finally, I get the fucking text. Oh, it gave me 2 of them. Wonderful. Fucking hell, phone. Why? Why now? Why? 618. Ah, God, light mode. Get it out of here. Dark theme. Thank you. There we go. There we go. Got the Twitch chat pop out. Bring it over here. Shrink it a little. There we go. All right, say something real quick just so I know this little chat box is working. Okay, yeah, we're good.
Rockin'. Come get some.
I just kind of bullshitted that, by the way. I have no idea how that goes. Oh, Jesus. Fuck you. Oh, and it started me off with no ammo for anything. Yeah, I should have fucking quick saved, because now it literally is just giving me Mighty Foot.
Come get some.
Awesome. Oh, cool, I got a gun, though. Still, I gotta remember to save at the start of every map, or otherwise it'll start me off with literally fucking nothing. Alright, Mighty Foot time. This is, well, if you look, this is actually running on Duke Atomic, so... It's not actually doing the 20th anniversary edition. This is running a much older build. Which is fucking dumb. Like, I actually have to constantly quick save. Yeah, I hear it's one of the better ones.
Come get some. Much better.
It's the E-Duke 32 player, which is basically just Duke Nukem. It uses a legally acquired Duke Nukem 3D It uses a legally acquired Duke 3D base game file from any copy you own, and it'll use it to make it and run it on source instead of on build. It basically is source emulating build. If I had rocket launcher. I'm getting some screen tearing. I'm gonna try to. Oh, so fun fact. So I have a FreeSync monitor, but for some stupid fucking reason, NVIDIA will only let you actually use FreeSync if it's a DisplayPort to DisplayPort connection, and this monitor doesn't have a DP port. It only has 2 HDMIs and a VGA. Still, can't complain. It's a nice monitor. Let's try VSync on. Oh no, yeah, that input delay is terrible. We're gonna get rid of that. Turn that shit off. We'll just turn our frame rate up. Yeah, that's better. Kick! Fuck you.
Who wants some?
Alright. That's quick save. Listen how crusty this fucking machine gun is. Let's turn that down a little bit more. It's still loud as hell. Oh, that's a shotgun. I can't see what the fuck I'm doing.
This sucks.
Alright. Come back up, please. Holy shit, why is it so dark? Fucking hell, dude. Turn them lights on. Jesus. So dark in here. Alright, quick save. Fucking hell.
Hail to the king, baby.
Yeah, it's really frustrating that I can't use FreeSync on this monitor, but I mean, FreeSync's free, or not
Hail
that,
to the
but a better
king,
monitor is a
baby.
better monitor. I can't complain too much. Crunch.
Cool.
It's mostly just frustrating on older games than anything.
Come get some.
I need an access card. Still getting screen tearing. God. Old games, please. Fucking these crusty ass old games. Disaster, you fucking boomer. Why do you make me do this? Jokes aside, I actually really fucking like this game. That's yellow. This is blue. No, yeah, it happens all the time. Again, I think the TV you use to game is just a unique case. Because it happens with a lot of monitors. A lot. So I think your TV is just a unique case. Oh, I got a twofer. Some pretty nice sprites, though, all things considered. hot, hot, hot. And turn the thermostat up, you stupid bastards. Awesome.
Shake it, baby. Shake it, baby.
All right. Very, very important 90s things accomplished right there. That's all very important 90s stuff.
Groovy. Who wants some?
Oh yeah, if you've got epilepsy, don't watch this game, by the way. Oh yeah, you gotta know exactly what decade this was made in.
Hail to the king, baby.
Oh, I might fucking die here. Jesus, this is a lot of pigmen.
Piece of cake.
I'm just gonna use my med kit real quick. And refill in armor. That was a little bit more intense than I wanted it to be.
Cool.
I don't want to hit any of the girls. Very important that I don't do that. Oh yeah, okay. Nice.
I'm gonna get medieval on your
What the fuck? Get out of here, dude. Hello.
You wanna dance?
Oh, fuck off. Oh, I'm so far back. No. Where's my elapsed? Oh, okay, my elapsed time meter's in the bottom. Okay.
Hail to the king, baby.
Jesus fuck, dude, those big men. didn't drop any ammo. Cool. Awesome.
Who wants some? That's gotta hurt.
Jesus fucking Christ. Fuck out of here. Christ.
Come get some.
Nothing else in this corner, okay.
Come get some.
Gotcha now, you bastard, and we're gonna fry your ass.
You missed a lot of secrets.
For action.
Let me in! Let me in!
Who wants some?
I mean, it seems like the aliens have just taken over society at this point. What's the point of even fighting back?
Who wants some?
Like, they run the prisons now, dude. How can you fight back when the aliens run the prison? I mean, Duke is technically breaking the law. He's the bad guy now. He's just murdering citizens who are practicing their Second Amendment right, dude.
Come get some.
these innocent churchgoers. Duke, you're a monster. Yeah, the aliens are in the process of invading, but they've seemed to have invaded so well that they're the new citizens. Like, they've just invaded every facet of human life at this point in less than a day. It's bizarre and great. I love it. This game makes no sense. Ah. Well, that is most grim, isn't it? Guess the aliens are Satanists, even though they shouldn't know what the devil is. Also, Jesus Christ, that's fucking loud.
That's one doomed space marine.
Ha 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 ha, Doom. I can only imagine how much of a nightmare that challenge was in the 90s when you had to fucking turn with the arrow keys. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Only Duke is allowed to have the babes. The aliens can't take them. Damn. What does this say? Hang on. Venus. The babe. Something about the babe. Oh, it spawns enemies when you do that. Okay, good to know.
Much better.
Oh, I guess this says, like, do not kill the babe or something like that? Okay, good to know.
Come get some.
Where's that blue key card? Oh, hang on. Sweet.
Where is it?
De-Satanify this room. Yeah, the Duke 20th Anniversary Edition, too, it has, like, the more up-to-date music, and this version still using them MIDIs. It's great. What the fuck? Okay. Time to look for the key card for 20 minutes. Woo! Guess we're at that point already. Was it up here and I didn't pick it up? That is absolutely the case. Never mind, false alarm. We're not looking for it for 20 minutes.
Come get some. Cool. Groovy. Come get some.
What the fuck? Where? The thing that I like about this game is that it wastes exactly none of your time. You can just turn on always run, and you're zip zooming around. Alright, that's force field. Still force field. Holy shit. Okay, this is before I had the key card. Yeah, that's what I love about Doom 2016. It captures the feel of a build engine game while being way more modern.
Groovy.
It's got a bit of a story, but I mean, Doom Guy's about as disinterested in the story as the player is, which is what I love. Listen, those Californians are weak as fuck and you know it. They are prime invasion targets. Alright, quick save here. Yeah, that's what I love about Doom 2016 is that you can pay attention to the story as a player if you want to by reading the codices, but Doom Guy himself, the Doomslayer, is so fucking bored of anything involving the plot. He is only there to kill. None of that matters to him. Cool. What the fuck does this do? What do these boots do? Hang on, I gotta... What the fuck them boots do? Hollow Duke? Is that what that is? I'm confused. What are them fucking boots? Oh, okay. They're danger protectors. I'm getting back into the habit of old game quick saving, literally. Like 2 seconds. So we're just breaking out of a prison complex in the middle of the Mojave for no reason. Cool. I'd probably still get into the habit of mashing quick save all the time anyways, just because it is a build game. Too late, Nukem. We're in control now. Ha ha ha. Oh shit. Got them pipe bombs. Yeah, but Brutal Doom's kind of like an exception more than a rule. Alright, what am I supposed to do with that? Just look at that screen? Is there a button I'm supposed to push to open these doors? I don't get it. Yeah, I don't know what to do with that. Let's just try this. Holy shit. That is not what you're supposed to do, but you know what? Whatever fucking works. Just brute force the puzzle if you don't know what else to do. Oh, I'm maxed out on pistol ammo. Cool. This is a prison map. Cool, but that doesn't help me. That does, however. Oh, fuck me. Cool, so he just sprinted past those bombs for nothing. Awesome. Shit, come on.
Groovy.
There we go, more pipe bombs. Alright, I don't know what all that accomplished. There should still be more shit that I can try getting to. Yeah, the cell ones. Oh yeah, okay, those are open now for some reason. Cool.
Holy cow. What a mess.
Oh, okay, you can open all the cells. Oh, they're guard doors. Okay, good to know.
Come get some.
Shortcut. Oh, okay, hang on. That one's off. This one's still on. Turn that off. Okay, there we go. This makes a little bit more sense now. Nope, not that one.
Come get some. Where is it?
Okay, I can blow up the turrets from here. Cool. Maybe once, but I don't think, like, legit I've seen it. Probably just seen bits and pieces. I really want to see it, though. I should. There's no valid reason why I shouldn't have seen it by now. Cool. Alright. I'm feeling a little bit lost.
King, baby.
Oh, I've been doing this an hour. Only an hour, really. Crazy. Game goes fast.
Cool.
Jesus Christ. Still don't know how I get out of here, though. I've murdered everything I can murder, but I can't escape. Yet. Oh, hang on. Oh, that's this. That's what this is. Go to the... Oh my god. Oh my god. You've got to be fucking kidding me. There's no way. There is no way. Dude, you've got to be fucking kidding me. What an obtuse answer to that problem. Who's gonna get that besides someone who's seen Shawshank? Like, your only giveaway is Jesus Christ, that's loud.
I think I'll climb aboard.
Why is that one sound so much louder than everything else?
Hail to the king, baby.
Zero enemies left, and 7 out of 10 secrets found. Oh yeah.
Let's rock. I should have known those alien maggots booby-trapped this sub.
I'm gonna quick save right away so we can save our ammo and shit. I don't know what that accomplished, but is this literally a fucking guessing game? Oh. Well, we did it. Fucking hell, it's so loud. It's just those aliens.
Cool. Where is it?
Can I not turn these off? Probably a button to turn those off. How do I get in there? Get all the ammo those guys dropped? Probably can't.
Come get some. Cool.
Oh, okay. Well, I have a multitude, so
I'm gonna get medieval on your asses.
instructions unclear. Got dick caught in blender. Oh. What a bizarre puzzle. Take me away. Cool. Oh, those are irradiated water, okay. Scrunch. Apparently so. And interestingly enough, they're also the things that Duke does and likes best. Oh, it's a shrinky dink. What the fuck just happened? Did I get big? Do I have to rush through? Yeah, that's kind of obtuse and really dumb. Excuse me. You can shrink me now. Okay, I have to like stand back here, maybe? Okay, that's weird. This game's a little obtuse at times. I'm gonna fuck. Yep, I'm dead. Okay. Gonna quick save there. Shrink. Oh, okay. I know what's going on. I know what's going on. This little blue thing here. This was fucking dumb. This was so dumb. Yeah, I'll do the steroids. Gonna smoke a stogie and do the steroids.
Hail to the king, baby.
Yeah, I mean, that's a, like, a symptom of old games in general, is just the fucking guess what I'm thinking bullshit. Shortcut, nice. Okay, and that changes... Okay, this changes water level. Got it. Can I not?
Groovy.
Okay, it's dark as shit in here. Is it N for night vision? Yeah, it is. I just don't have it. And then roids is... Roids is R, right? R for roids? Yeah, R for roids. It's just dark as hell in here. No matter how much I turn up the brightness or gamma, this game is just gonna always be dark. Where does dude at? Oh, okay, this is where I came from. Well, that's nice. Jesus Christ, my poor fucking eardrums. What the fuck is this? Why would I want to put that back up? That's not helpful. I don't want to go through a meat grinder. Jesus.
Come get some.
Alright. I am lost again. Great. Lower the water, maybe? No, that didn't help. Alright, this shit's starting to get a little old. No, don't fucking tell me. There's a fucking gap in there. God, this shit is so guess what I'm thinking sometimes. What's this? One moment, gentlemen. I don't know what that accomplished. Oh, I'm dying. I'm dying.
I'm gonna get medieval on your asses.
What the fuck is this shit? Oh, okay, so that's what that does. Alright, so I guess I just gotta jump it.
Let God sort them out.
Sorry, dude, couldn't hear that. You made a splash. Is that not what I'm supposed to do? Right. Oh my god. I'm still having a hard time remembering all the rules to this game. Okay. Did I get super boots? Yeah, okay. So... The environmental acoustics are a strange detail to pay that much attention to, but I mean, good on them for trying that. Game's still too fucking loud, Jesus. Okay. Alright, hit me with them. Ah, 7 enemies left alive. Yeah, no thanks. I humbly refuse. I mean, looking nice might be a winner.
Let's rock.
Okay, never mind. You're clearly no help at all. Duke 3D is good. We're gonna spend like the last half hour doing a different game. But what game? Oh, we could do Risk of Rain 2. Could mess around in that for a bit. Could also do a few games of Rainbow. I'm leaning more towards Risk of Rain 2 for now, though. Some more sweaty shoot game. I like Duke though. Duke 3D is a lot of fun. Oh my god, I've had bourbon on the rocks sitting here this whole time, but I got so engrossed in Duke that I forgot to drink any of it. Jesus. Can't believe I forgot about my bourbon because of Duke. God damn it. It's hardly even cold anymore. Yeah, thanks for the suggestion though. Duke's great. I'm really enjoying it. Can't wait to do more. Um Yeah, let's do some Risk of Rain. How much of this game have you seen, Disaster? Probably not much, I'd imagine. Just making sure everything's in order. Turn this game back up to full volume because this game isn't as ear-shatteringly loud. Yeah, I switched games for the last little bit of the stream. Oh, yeah, you're right. That's something I gotta get in the habit of doing. Thank you. How do I do that from here? I'm not sure I can do that from Streamlab OBS, can I? Pop out event filter, pause alert, skip alert, mixer, audio mixer, sources, scenes, dashboard. No, that brings me to Streamlab's website. Okay, would there be? Is there? Fuck it, I'm just gonna brute force it and go to Twitch. And I can also drag chat over here, or I can just close Twitch again. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Southern honey. Gotta love it. My current bourbon choice is Bullet, by the way. If you ever want to get yourself some. Not sure what you drink or if you even drink, but that's my current choice. Give me something that does damage. That's also good. I won't need to pick up healing items for a bit. Oof. This game is not super well optimized. I'm actually getting some frame skips while streaming the first level. That bodes well for when we start getting crazy. Oh, baby. Getting a red in the first map. That's pretty fucking nuts. Dagger. Yeah. Oh yeah, it needs some work in the optimization department because it's in Unity, and the guys who made the game, you know, it's a three-man team. Both the guys who made the original and are making this. It's the same dudes, and they don't have a whole lot of experience with Unity, so they still have a long way to go with optimization for sure. But the game itself, they're doing a really, really good job with. This seems to be the one thing Gearbox has touched that it hasn't immediately ruined, because Gearbox is publishing this game. Oh, awesome. More early movement speed. The music for this game's amazing, too. Very, very jazzy. I would take Volcanic Egg, but I want to go early getting damage items, and so I'm just going to be using this as my healing item. No. She is a lot more balanced in this one. Engie is super busted in this one. Because turret gets engineer items, so whatever items you're carrying, the turrets can do that. So all you have to do is stack Bustling Fungus and you break the game. Oh, you're downloading the game now? Why is that? Oh yeah, it's good as fuck, dude. I wasn't fucking with you when I told you this game was good. Good visuals, good music. I mean, listen to that jazz, dude. Oh no, like I said, this is probably like one of the only things Gearbox is touching that they're not immediately going to horribly ruin. I mean, Randy still has time. He can still ruin this if he tries. Yeah, I mean, that's basically how I describe the soundtrack, as space jazz. Randy still has time to ruin this game, though. Don't worry. Hey, listen, guys, I know you're doing a really good job with the game and all, but we don't have enough monetization avenues in there. Can you maybe put some costumes in there? Oh, I looked over at the chat for 1 second and I got fucking bodied. Ah, it's such a good song too. Damn it. I do need to mess around with the settings a bit more though. I'm gonna do coke now. See you in a few days. I feel like Randy really is coked off his balls though. Lower this to improve performance. What are you Steam messaging me? What the fuck? Oh my god, you got it already. I'm gonna invite you, actually, because I have more items. Alright, where are you? Invited. You wanna jump in voice chat? Actually? Whoa, what the fuck was that noise? Oh, I meant on Discord. I don't really use Steam voice chat. Here, let me hit you. Let me hit you with a call. Whoa, shit, you're coming through my TV. Hang on. All right, talk now. There
Hello.
We go.
There we go. Damn, this shit is loud. Okay.
That's probably my stream. I'm gonna turn that down a few decibels. Turn it down to about like 3.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to balance the audio. Hold on. Because you're really faint and it's really loud.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. The game starts like super loud.
But I can balance that. Okay. Impromptu co-op stream.
Yeah, impromptu co-op stream.
With 2 of the hottest streamers, and I mean that physically.
Yeah.
On Twitch. All right, where are my bitches at? Where's Huntress? I gotta play this. I gotta play this queer. All right.
Yeah, I know. You always have to start with this fag. It's annoying.
This guy is such a homosexual. All right, let's fly.
All right.
I'm ready.
Let me just rub it in.
Oh, that's cool.
She's actually
Hunter's-
not. She's actually not super busted because her health starts super fucking low and
Oh, okay.
And dodging.
She's so broken in.
Yeah, and you have to
in the
dodge.
original.
You have to dodge early. Like you want to focus on dodge mechanics and speed early. And she really desperately needs those to survive because.
Okay, so far this plays like Fortnite. I can grasp these controls.
That's cell shaded like Fortnite too. By the way, you're gonna want to turn some graphics effects down, specifically textures, because this shit gets absolutely bonkers, and it's not
Okay.
super well optimized. So I don't care how fucking powerful you can. I mean, dude, I'm running a 2080 with like 8-core processor. Thank you, by the way. And this shit will still chug in late game.
Oh wow. Okay, hold on. I'll we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I guess we
okay.
can't also. Can we pause this? We can't pause it.
We can't
Okay.
pause it. You can only pause it single player. Okay.
At one point, I'm
focus
gonna have to
gem,
go get
take
my
that.
dinner,
Yeah, no,
and
it's
when
okay.
I do, you're gonna have to protect me. It's gonna be like an escort mission.
Yeah, it's fine. So where Huntress thrives is she has to kite because she's one of the only characters who can. So but her kiting is a little bit different in this one. So she
Okay.
can sprint while moving, which is unique to her. If you press Control, you can sprint.
All right.
Warbanner, either of us can take that. But she can only so she can fire while sprinting, but you can only sprint forward. So you basically bunny hop around. And
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you say engineers super broken in this one?
Yeah, Angie's super broken in this one.
I forget, was there co-op in Risk of Rain 1?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, opening this
shit.
thing. More war banner. You want to stack war banners on one person because the size of the AOE grows with time, or grows with the more stacks the player has.
You got it.
So like if we keep stacking them on you, they could be like map wide effects.
Oh, healing drone. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, don't waste your money on drones too often. Monster teeth, either one of us can have that. Generally, though, you want to stack those on one person because they only give you 4 health per stack, so you want to stack them on one person so they're more useful whenever that person kills something.
These fucking lizard assholes. What are they called in the game? I remember...
Lemurians.
Lemurians, that's it. I still don't understand what's going on in the plot of the first one.
How much cash you got?
I have $37.
Buy this.
I'm sorry, space dollars.
Space dollars. Oh shit, that would have been better for me, but that's okay. You're gonna want to use your combat dive a lot if you can.
Oh, the shift? Yeah. Still got to get used to all of the. So, what are the bosses like in this? Are they pretty crazy?
They can be. Way later on, bosses become elite enemies.
Yeah, I know. Does this game? This game looks like it still has the timer thing.
Oh yeah, it still does that, which is why I'm telling you everything as we go because we gotta move fast. Move, like, open shit and then move. And if you don't have enough money, plant yourself on top of a crate and kill shit until you can afford it.
Yeah, if you get like a good, I definitely found that, like, use 3D printer. All right.
It takes an item and gives you an item.
Oh, that's cool. I got a cautious slug.
That's a good healing item for early game.
I do like how you can actually see the items on the characters now.
Yeah, by the way, I have nothing, so any combat items or movement items or anything would be nice, because you've been taking everything.
Oh, these assholes.
You got these little mushroomy boys, also from the first game. But yeah, so later on the enemies become elite monsters, and then from elite monsters, you're dying.
2 health.
Yeah.
2 health. Oh, good thing I got that med drone.
Yeah, they're kind of helpful early. I generally don't find them too useful, though, because it's like when you need them to heal you the most, they're like, oh, you want me to turn the healing beam off? Oh, okay, I'll turn the healing beam off, bruh.
There is a pretty viable strategy in the first one, which is to have a fuckload of drones. Because there are items that make drones, like, more ridiculous, if I remember.
Yeah, the arms race, I'm not sure. I haven't unlocked all the items after the recent update. I haven't unlocked all the recent update items. But I know that arms race in the first game was fucking insane. If you stacked multiple hits of arms race in the first game, you basically won.
Yeah, yeah, the first time I beat the game, I, like, barely beat it. And then the second time I beat it, I broke the living shit out of it, which I think is, like, what a lot of people probably experience.
The shit in this game is a little bit easier to unlock than in the first game. Because in the first game, you had to do some really asinine, like Nintendo 64 level challenges to get all the items.
Yeah.
And yeah, in this one it's a little bit more forgiving. Okay, I'm just gonna grab this one item. What is it? Rusted key. Either of us can pick those up. Just stack them in someone's inventory, and basically it spawns a strong box. Okay.
Okay, it's the gentle protector. So let's see what this guy's deal is in this game.
Basically does the same thing, except he's got a move that basically turns into a map-wide AoE, and you have to get behind cover if you don't want to die. Focus one at a time because they only do it on low health.
Okay.
I invited Challenge of the Mountain, which spawns 2 of them instead of just 1.
That's fine.
So if we die, it's nice to invite Challenge of the Mountain because it gives you, if you do that, the reward for that is getting double items.
That's pretty good.
Because now a teleporter event gives you an item, or an item for each player if you're doing co-op. Man, I wish that where's the healing drone?
I don't know. I think it's fucked off.
Yeah, I'm dead. Those big orbs, by the way, the really big ones, those have health bars. Yeah, you're gonna want to get behind cover, or you're gonna get.
Okay, that's the AOE. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they usually put enough cover on the map. Yep. Just hit continue when you're done reading your stats.
It's really nothing to be impressed about.
So yeah, as you can see, Huntress, super squishy. Dies like right away.
That's fine. That's the kind of character I normally like to play.
She's really good once you get going because her glaive is stupid strong with items, but she's kind of an item whore early.
Yeah. I remember I remember her being that kind of item, or she had a lot of potential for kind of running away with the game if you got the right items. Like,
yeah.
I stacked a lot of like the same items just to produce ridiculous amounts of damage, and then I was like, no, I'm just fuck it with the timer. I'm just gonna keep playing through these things because I'm already so overpowered.
I mean, that's kind of the game doesn't have an end game yet, so that's kind of still the deal.
Okay, you just play it over and over again because I was basically, I mean, I don't want to say invincible. I'm sure there was a way they could have killed me, but
you can play to end game in the first one, and there's going to be an end game in this one once the game comes out of early access. But for now, it's just a wave survival game. But I like it that way.
It's fun. That's a plant person.
It's a plant robot.
So requires you must complete the first teleporter event 5 times. Warrior, engineer. Okay, so you have to do all these little challenges to get them.
Yeah.
Let me see what's the Huntress's one, because that's my main.
I forget.
That's fine.
Because I unlocked.
Which number is she in the order?
Third.
Because I can. Okay, so requires warrior reach and complete the 3rd teleporter event without dying.
Pretty easy.
Yeah, it's pretty easy once you get going.
So yeah, so you got mercenary. This dude right here. This absolute homo.
Yeah, that guy.
You've got construction worker robot.
That's pretty cool.
He used to be like super busted. But they nerfed him a bit, lowered his movement speed, so you trade off his insane toolkit early for being a little bit slower early. Huntress, pretty much the same shit. Engineer, still broken. Artificer, squishy as shit, kind of awkward toolkit, not that good. Mercenary, not a joke character anymore, actually legit.
Well, that's good to hear.
He's got a pretty intense toolkit. Rex, kind of a niche character. He's kind of like low mid tier, I'd say, but he's good. He's fun. He's fun, and that's the important thing.
Yeah. This isn't really competitive, yeah.
He groups enemies, and then he can so his ultimate and his 2 cost him health. But his ultimate and his 2 put together are also his best damage dealers because his ultimate clumps enemies together, and then his 2 is basically a mortar strike.
Okay.
And he can do it for pretty much, and like he can do it at no cooldown, pretty much, only a health cost. And he can pretty much just do it in perpetuity, and it's great. And if you have lifesteal and shit, then you don't even have to worry about the health cost.
Lifesteal, my old friend.
Oh yeah, you can't get anywhere in the late game without lifesteal.
No, absolutely not. If you don't have lifesteal, just fuck off. You're dead.
You're done. Yeah, that or you have to have such autistic amounts of damage that an enemy will literally spawn and then die.
Yeah, you're right. You have to. Yeah, lifesteal is super critical by the end. Any game that involves like how long you can hold out, lifesteal is like the most obviously useful stat.
And I'm gonna do some Rex because I haven't played him in a while. And you can see his really rad toolkit.
Looks pretty cool.
He is really fun.
All right, let's do this.
Game has an awesome soundtrack, by the way.
Yeah, I really liked the soundtrack in the first one.
I listened to the soundtrack of the first game today as I was on my way home from class, and I was like, man, that's a good soundtrack. Oh yeah. Also, I heal a little bit with my left click. I can life leech a little bit. So I get early game life steal. The problem is the shots from these aren't perfectly centered. If you look, they actually slightly spread from left to right, so they're a little bit awkward to use. They're better to use at close range. The mortar strike is super precise, though. You can just right-click on an enemy and it'll drop it right on their head. Like, I can actually mortar a wisp from across the map. Also, wisps don't travel along the ground anymore, which is cool.
So how many environments are there in this game right now?
Quite a few. Syringe, that's all you. I don't need that.
All right, me jump over there.
You're getting syringes early. That's pretty good.
Like I know in Risk Rain 1 there was like the cave environment and there was the
So the maps themselves are the same every time, but there's a fair amount of maps, and they're only going to keep adding more.
Yeah, well, that's how the original one was. I mean, they didn't.
Well, no, there were 3 different map seeds per environment. So
there were.
So the lake, dried lake, had 3 different seeds, and yeah, every place had 3 different seeds. I think the only one that didn't was the UES contact light.
Lens maker's glasses.
All you. We'll trade off on those because those give you a 10% logbook.
Crit buff, right?
Yeah, you're gonna want to pick up that monster log. Yeah, they give you a 10% flat crit rate. So the more you so those are something we can trade off, and it doesn't even matter your proc coefficient. So characters with really high fire rates have what's called a proc coefficient, which means that if they have a super high fire rate, their actual ability to proc certain abilities is nerfed down, so it doesn't get super dumb. But Lens Makers ignores proc coefficient.
Nice.
And
yeah, it just adds a flat 10%.
Yeah.
I remember from the original at least.
In the original, it was a little bit different. In the original, it was a log scale, so it tapered off after a while.
Okay.
There was no true 100 in the first game. In this one, there's true 100. Flashbang, come pick this up.
Hold on, I'm running over that way.
Yeah, Rex isn't superstar for items early, though, so... Rex gets by just fine on his own early.
If I fall down here, I'm gonna take health. Hold on.
Yeah, you take fall damage. You can arrest your fall with the dive.
I can. Hold on.
Yeah, you can jump and then dive right before you hit. Yeah, see that?
Yep.
Take next to nothing. Oh yeah, my ultimate also life leeches. So yeah, flashbang there.
That's good.
And then pick that up as well. Yeah, Rex kind of falls off a bit more in the late game, but early he's really good.
Oh, we got...
Oh yeah, also middle mouse to ping shit, so if there's something you think I should have, just ping it.
Okay. Sticky Bomb. This one was in the original.
Yeah, a lot of them are...
What an amazing ability this was.
Yeah, it's still pretty good. And yeah, Flashbang was also in the original. Flashbang is basically a necessity on any character that uses on hits and fire rate. Focus Crystal, you need this, because I can't use it, because I'm completely long distance based.
Alright.
Eccentric Vase, that's good early, because that's pretty much a map-wide teleport. So you see that big flower right there that's stranglethorning all those enemies?
Yeah.
That's my ultimate.
That's pretty cool.
Doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but...
Oh, what the fuck's shooting?
All right, let's get to the TP because we're at 5 minutes, which is usually when I prefer to leave the first map. Check it out. Come over here. You can come to this.
Oh, hold on. We're gonna have to hold out for a few moments with me, okay?
All right, just come to the teleporter then.
Okay.
Use the eccentric vase tunnel.
Okay, I'll be 1 second.
I'll start this.
Okay, how'd it go?
You died, but I finished the teleporter event. Monster log, by the way. Pick that up.
Okay.
You died, but I finished the teleport event. We're on the next map now. This is
Me.
this is the worst of the 2 maps for a second phase because you get one of 2. So far, you get 1 of 2 maps per each phase.
Uh-huh.
This is one of the worst. This is the worst map of the second phase of the 2. Lunar coins. Those get you items at a special shop.
Oh, it's just special currency. Gotcha.
It's a special currency that carries between games, unlike the money. And it buys you items that both give you a buff and a debuff. Warhorn. Either one of us can pick that up. Basically, if you use an active item, it gives you a 70% attack boost. Stacking them increases the duration of the effect. It's really nice to have, especially for a non-hit character. It's pretty much a necessity.
Okay, let me open this treasure chest.
Paul's
Goat
Goat.
hoof.
Do you have one?
No, I do not.
Pick it up then. I have 2 wax quails, and wax quail lets me, if I'm sprinting and I jump, then I get better movement.
Okay.
It's essentially the bunny hop device. It's one of Huntress's staple items in this game. I found
Went to the shrine.
I found the TP, by the way. So how the shrines work in this game is once it dispenses 2 items, it stops dispensing. You can pick that up, by the way.
I think that's how it happened in the old ones. You only got 2 items out of them.
No, in the old one it worked a little different. I'm not sure, actually. I can't remember.
I thought it did, because I know I wasted a lot of money on those shrines.
Yeah, you can still do that in this one, too. Oh, okay. So there's bloodletting shrines, and in the old one they just give you money for blood, but in this one they take a percentage of your health and exchange it for money. Or in the old one they give you an item for blood, and there wasn't even a guaranteed chance. And this one is
It was
just
a chance, yeah.
Yeah, it's just guaranteed money for giving blood. But it can be kind of dangerous since shit's kind of like always happening.
Yeah, it's not something you want to... Oh, so it's fucking fire Lemurians.
Engineer can rely on that, because Engineer can heal everything off with Bustling Fungus, but... Monster Tooth, we're stacking those on you, so pick it up. Also Syringe over here as well, you're dying. You might die.
Yeah, I got a bunch of those elite Lemurians on me.
Alright, guess it's on me again.
Yeah, go fuck them up.
Pick up gas.
With your super Chad alpha plant robot.
I mean, his name is pretty Chad. His name is Rex.
That's a super Chad name. Not like that goddamn Commando.
What if, whenever I hear Commando, all I think of is people wearing no fucking underwear. Gay. Fucking
Because
gay.
they're gay.
Because they're gay. Fucking see if Commando took the helmet off, he'd actually be that Asian guy from Deep Dark Fantasy.
I was about, yeah.
Come here, college boy. Ah! Oh, my shoulder. Also, I mean, virgins can't do this. Look at that shit.
That is pretty cool. Come on, plant boy. There we go.
Hey, buddy, I think you got the wrong door. The Leather Club's 2 blocks down. Fuck you. Oh yeah, fuck you. Oh god, that's that's
Yeah,
literally just memes of 2019 in a nutshell.
I know. Yeah.
But with a modern twist, because we've also got Ricardo now. Alright, I'm done with that shrine.
That shrine already
Those
took all your
shrines,
money.
yeah,
Like,
those shrines are the fucking sunken cost fallacy every time. It's like, no, maybe this time I'll get it.
even though it's a lot more expensive.
Yeah, this next one for sure. This is when I'm gonna get it. No, it's
Although
not.
sometimes by the end, like, or I guess maybe sometimes depending on the item set you get,
Look at
by
this
like
shit.
the end or middle game, you have so much money it just doesn't even matter.
Oh yeah, that's how it works here.
So just buy everything.
Yeah, I can just long range shell everything. It's great. Yeah, the lifesteal you get from his left click doesn't really do that much for you after a while. You're gonna need to actually like get lifesteal items for him.
So it really doesn't scale well. It's just kind of
It's just kind of there.
yeah.
It's just kind of a passive thing that happens.
Well,
But
that makes sense, I guess.
again, if you get something like Harvester, though, it works a lot better. If you get Harvester and crits, or even just Leeching Seeds. But it has a half proc coefficient, so it's not even that good.
This is a new boss.
Yeah. New music as well. I mean, all of it's new music, of course, but it's good music.
So is this is the story in this game? I mean, story, but
This is
The
after Risk of Rain 1, so Providence is already dead in this one.
so they went to another place and the ship crashed again.
No. This is the same planet. They're back on the same planet. We don't know for sure if they went back willingly or if they got brought down as they tried to escape.
I like the idea of them coming out on an unrelated reason and then crashing again.
I mean, it's most likely a crash because the crates are still there. Oh, no, because there's a map on this game that's just called the UES, or that is basically like labeled the UES Contact Light Survivor Camp, So this is from the same incident.
How far in the game has this? How far have they gotten in the game? Have they gotten to the Like to the you said they're still in the mid game maybe.
They haven't made a boss yet.
But is there like a you said there was that like Contact Survivor or whatever. Is that kind of like what you'd imagine would be like a final level, like the ship was in the Risk of Rain 1?
They don't really have anything like that yet.
Okay. Do you go to the cool Sky Temple place?
They don't have. They have some place that's kind of like that. Oh shit! I
Okay.
should have bought those other crates since they were right next to me before I left. Oh well. That's unfortunate, but I want to leave this map. Here it is, Rally Point Delta, Contact Light Survivor Camp. We took a little while, so shit's gonna be pretty rough.
That's fine.
Syringe here whenever you can afford it. Oh yeah, also we got a beetle friend now. Look at him.
Yeah, it looks like we have a friend. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so sometimes this is a returning mechanic from the first game where bosses sometimes drop special boss items, which are yellow items, that have special effects. And that's the Beetle Queen's boss item is the Queen's Gland, which lets you summon a Beetle Guard.
Okay.
They're really helpful actually because they're bullet sponge, and B, they actually do a decent amount of damage when they land attacks.
Do they last for a predetermined amount of time, or is it until they die, or?
It's until they die, and then there's a cooldown, and then they come back.
Oh, that's cool.
In the late game, they die a lot, but they also, but they always keep respawning, which is nice. Imps in this game are still a fucking nightmare, by the way. That hasn't changed. The music for this map, by the way, is probably my favorite in the game. Buy your syringe, by the way, nerd.
Do I have enough money? I do now.
Ooh, armor pen rounds. Armor piercing gives you, you didn't pick it up. Damn it, I missed. I was trying to hit one of them directly with my ult so it would stick all of them, but whatever. But yeah,
Fucking imps.
yeah, they're absolute shitters in this game because they never leave you alone. And they also do a bunch of damage and are tanky as shit, so they're pretty much do-it-all enemies.
Yeah, I remember that.
I love utility knife enemies. Ha ha ha, he lied.
Yeah.
Like, that's, I think, just a facet of game design that I think people need to take to heart is, like, an enemy should always have some kind of drawback. Chronobobble, that's for you. That slows enemies when on hit.
Hold on, got some imps on me. And now they're dead.
But, yeah, that's, like, something is, like, you should never make a utility knife enemy unless they're a boss. Because an enemy that does everything just annoys your player. Backup magazine, that's literally useless for me. It gives you more, it basically turns it gives you an extra charge of your second, so you can start holding charges of your secondary ability. It's pretty nice, honestly.
Yeah, that's good for him.
Yeah,
Basically, it's a double tap.
for me it's useless because I don't get, I have no cooldown on my 2. My 2 can just be spammed. So, yeah, spare mag, nothing for me. Ah, there's that guitar solo. Anyways, come pick up some glasses so you can read. Yeah, middle mouse to ping, by the way, in case there's anything, anything you need me to see. Fungus, pick that up. If you get hit by an enemy that does like a knockback, by the way, that'll disable your fungus, so you can't stand perfectly still and hope that it'll persist. Pretty much engineer's the only person that can rely on that, because turrets can't get removed from their spot. Gas. We're gonna trade gas charges, so you pick up one.
And now gasoline. This is the best weapon. I don't know, maybe not the best. But
Gas
this
and
is
Will-o'-the-Wisp pickups together
Yeah.
are what makes it the best. In this one, it's a little different. Instead of spreading along the ground, it sets nearby enemies on fire
That's alright.
and
That's
fire
pretty good, but
stacks. But
I
so
remember-
basically, if you stack Will-o'-the-Wisp, come help me on this shrine, by the way. If you stack Will-o'-the-Wisp and gas, by the way, it basically will ignite and explode on nearby enemies, which will then ignite and explode on more nearby enemies. So you can actually chain whole crowds. War
That's
Banner,
pretty good.
we're stacking that on you. These elite enemies, the ones where half their health bars are fucking overshield, they're so annoying.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna want to focus those enemies. All right, I'm done with this shrine because it's now up to like $300. Space bucks.
we don't got the space cash.
1 million space bucks.
We don't want to end up in space debt. That's when Boba Fett comes after us.
Pizza the Hut.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with that.
Space debt's way worse than normal debt.
It's the worst kind of debt.
Pick up that Hapu feather. Same thing as it
Alright.
did in the old game, gives you an extra jump.
Ah, God, these dudes are all over my ass.
Yeah, it's important to kind of know when you're supposed to keep moving.
The double jump.
Yeah, it's
Alright.
really helpful.
Get on. Okay, that guy's on fire now.
Syringe, over here. Also, there are special labeled chests in the game now, which contain certain items. Like over here, if you look, this is a utility chest.
Okay.
So it'll only contain a utility item, so it kind of narrows it down a bit more. Red ones are attack, purple's utility, green is health.
Okay.
Can you open that utility chest, by the way? I'm running kind of low on cash. General rule of thumb when you're playing with someone else, just open something and then tell them if it's something they should have or something you should
Personal shield generator.
pick that up. I already have a couple. Gives you 25 flat HP over shield, and it stacks 25 more with each charge.
Gotcha.
You can find the TP easier because if you see like red particle effects floating in the air, that's how you know where the TP is. I think it's over by the sea, so monster teeth. I'm gonna take that. Yeah, it's over by the sea. You can see it.
Okay. I gotta. Oh God. I gotta remember to keep toggling my run on.
Yeah.
Okay,
Also,
yeah.
one of the big things about this this game is since it's in a 3D environment, it's a lot easier to not get hit. So I'd suggest focusing on that because your health regen in the first game was a lot better. It's not as good in this game.
Noted.
Well, at least without items. Obviously, once you get items, you can heal a lot better. But yeah, over here, TP's on ping.
I got a lot of friends behind me.
Just go. Doesn't matter. We'll deal with them when they get here. I can group enemies up, so that makes them easier to deal with. Huntress and Rex are best friends, by the way, because Huntress can use Glaive on grouped enemies. And it'll
Nice.
bounce between them all. Topaz Brooch, that's for you. Gives you an overshield on kill. It decays rapidly, but the more you stack, the higher your shield builds. Oh god. Okay, that's an elite Greater Wisp. That might kill us.
As long as we stick together, nothing can kill us, Fox.
Yeah, I'd hope so.
I don't think that's true.
Sometimes when you stick together, things kill you faster.
That's also true.
I'm doing my best to group enemies so they stay off of us.
I'm about to get killed, so just FYI.
Nice.
I'm just gonna keep hopping.
Yeah, if you need to leave the combat zone for a bit, feel free to do so.
Up, up, oh. Alright.
Just gonna leech all that health back real quick, thanks. Yeah, that's something I really like about Rex is you can drop his ult on the horde enemies, and then just focus on dropping mortars on the boss, and you basically have infinite ammo because you keep leeching health off the horde and using it as ammunition against the boss. And I think that's
And that
really
glaive with Huntress sounds like it would be amazing.
Yeah, because then she can just clear trash mobs while Rex focuses on the boss.
I'm focusing this guy down pretty well, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm also dropping mortars. All right, he's dead. All right, pick up. Oh, Will-o'-the-Wisp for each of us. That's good. Well, whenever you can, you know, afford not dying. Holy shit, there's so many wisps. Ah, here we go. Gas. Gas, look at it go. And everything's dead. Good.
And now your ass is on fire. Where's the other Willow?
Right there. They always drop right on the teleporter, so... Yeah.
Nice.
And if you walk... For normal items, if you walk over it, you'll just pick it up. So you can either walk on top of it or press E on it. But I think they're going to implement an option where it's just pick up item on E. So this is the last map in the cycle, and then after this we're going to go back to phase 1 map.
Oh, okay, so this is like only the early mid game. If it is anything like Risk of Rain 1.
Well, this is mid game, because Risk of Rain 1 was 6 maps.
Okay. Oh yeah, so this is the third one.
This is the 4th one.
Fourth one? Okay. I was dead for part of it.
Yeah. Also on this map, a boss monster will always spawn. There's a lava worm over there.
Oh.
Careful. Watch out for these brass contraptions, by the way. They do a lot of damage if they hit you. Magma Worm's here, by the way. I aggroed him, so he's gonna hang out with us. But boss monsters, if you kill them early, really good early
Really good
money.
items. Yeah.
Money. Yeah, money especially. Especially in this place, because this place is where all the fucking crates are, so right now. Oh yeah, also a great thing about Rex, he can pin imps with his ult. Super, super helpful.
Yeah.
Okay,
I fell down really far, so I'm gonna
that's
have to
fine. There's a Shrine of
Magma Worm.
Combat here, by the way, and the Shrine of Combat spawns usually elite enemies, which is good money. So, usually how I do it when I'm playing with friends is group up for combat shrines because it's a lot of money. Oh god, so yeah, we're also getting Elder Lemurians now, and they hurt like hell.
A lot of imps too.
Yeah, don't let Elder Lemurians near you, because they will pretty much kill you instantly with a fire breath attack. You know, the one from the first game where they just breathe on you and you die?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they do that in this one too, and it still hurts, and it will still kill you.
That's cool.
Hang on, I'm gonna get the imps off of us. Alright, they're pinned. Ah, there we go. Will-o'-the-Wisp. Look at it go. It's going. Yeah, Will-o'-the-Wisp and gas is like a must-have item for Rex because it's pretty much all of where like most of his damage against mobs comes from.
Whew.
All right, and Magma Worm's dead. And you're almost dead, but you're alive.
Okay, I'm hiding.
Just gonna steal all that life. Thank you. Yeah, Cautious Slug heals you for as long as you're out of combat. So.
Yeah, I was out of combat for a little bit, and then...
It's, not... Is it the egg? Yeah, it's the egg. From the first game, essentially. Maybe the slug hatched from the egg. Alright, I'm activating Shrine of Combat. It's Elder Lemurians. Watch out. Yeah, you're you're backing yourself into a corner.
Here we go.
Alright, I'm rooting them. I rooted a couple of them. As long as you keep your distance and roll like combat dive away from their fireballs, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
Rooting. Yeah, Rex is really good utility for co-op. Fucking
Oh,
rip.
I got deaded.
Yeah, you got hit by the fireballs. Jumping is honestly one of the best dodges for this game. Like just jumping over fireballs and shit like that.
Yeah, still gotta get like the timing down for the dodges and everything, but yeah, I'll get used to it. So does the game, when there's multiple people, I assume it scales up the number of mobs?
Yeah, mobs increase and gold is shared. So you don't have to fight over just killing enemies anymore. It's mostly just deciding who gets what.
Oh, okay.
If you're in a lobby with randos, then it's literally people just like fighting each other for resources.
That
But-
sounds like most, lobby with randos.
Yeah, like literally first come first serve. In this one, if you're playing with friends, it's a lot more forgiving, obviously. A lot of cash. By the way, there's always a gold chest that spawns on this map that gives you a legendary, so
Is it always in the same place?
yeah, there's always at least one. I need to keep saving for it, though, unfortunately. It doesn't seem like it's going to be that difficult, though. Yeah, so, like, Rex completely revolves around playing with his health. Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's a nice catch.
And I can just spam right-click, and look at that, everything dies. So Rex definitely still has his uses. I think they gave him some buffs, too, so... Anyways, I have 5,000 gold, so I can pretty much buy out the map at this point. Oh, this is new. Shattering Justice reduces the armor of enemies by repeatedly striking them. Probably would have been a better item for you, but you're dead, so...
That sounds like a pretty good boss killing item.
Yeah, it's a good on-hit item. But, I mean, it still fucking destroys them. Oh my god, and this big chest dropped a red. It's 57. Again, that would have been amazing for you. So, if you remember, 56 was a shrine item. 57, instead of doing that, essentially, if you fail a roll, not just on a shrine, but on anything, it'll re-roll it.
Nice.
So it essentially gives you...
Twice the chance.
Almost twice the chance. Statistically speaking, there's a little bit of a difference there. But it's like, that's some hard statistics, but almost twice. Oh, there's another legendary here, so gonna try to get that too.
All these fucking imps.
Well, they're about to all be dead. I love that. When the Will-O-the-Wisp goes off, all the enemies do a little hop.
Yeah.
On the explosion. Oh, nut!
That's very satisfying.
Yeah, that's the late game that you have to look forward to with this game. It's great.
Is there a lot of crowd control in the later game, like especially with groups?
Yeah, I'm really shocked we haven't gotten a Uke yet. Oh, nut! Brilliant Behemoth is back, by the way.
Oh god. I remember Brilliant Behemoth being pretty fucking ridiculous.
So it does an AoE explosion attack that does 60% of your base damage.
Yeah.
Or was it 60% of your attacks damage? If it's 60% of your attacks damage, then it's really, really good on me. If it's 60% of your base damage, then it'd be better on you. But either way, yeah, it produces an AoE that does... I'd like you to sit still for a moment, sir.
Which is great when you get like those huge stacks of enemies. Just...
Yeah. Focus Crystal. Unfortunately, that'd be a lot better on you, because it basically means you do more damage to enemies in close proximity. It's best on Mercenary, because obviously Mercenary can only do damage from up close. Oh shit. Okay, I'm good. I just needed to leech more life. Kiara's, Ronald's, random. I'm gonna not die. Suck those enemies off real quick. But not in a gay way, because the balls aren't touching and my socks are on.
Yeah.
But I need to keep dropping more ults to heal all that off, because they're giving me some trouble. Slurp up all that health juice. What do we got? What do we got? Ah, left on Daisy. That gives you, it emits a healing pulse on teleporter. So at random intervals during the teleport event, it'll heal you and your team if you're within the zone. I think frequency increases with stack. So I'm gonna get another one. Harvester, but I have no crit, so I'm gonna get, and then 2 Ronalds. Kiaros and Ronalds are really good together. They're basically two sides of the same coin. Each of them gives you an 8% chance to do a thing. The ice one, Ronalds just straight up hits an enemy with a frost damage. Ronalds drops a tornado on them. If the enemy moves, they won't get hit by it. But the flame tornado can linger on them and do multiple hits.
Yeah.
They're nice in tandem together. Ooh, red whip. Great for Rex because Rex is kind of slow to start with.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Item that had.
So I guess they're still adding a lot of new items. Soldier Syringe is a very good item.
This is where you get Rex if you haven't unlocked him yet. So yeah, his shift blasts enemies away, and if you use it in midair, it'll blast you back. So I can do this. So it's Force of Nature from Team Fortress 2, essentially.
Good mobility on that.
Decent mobility. It's more of a move to throw enemies away from you if you think they're too close, but I don't really end up using it all that much. Because mostly, because I'm good enough at positioning myself so the enemies are never close to me, ever.
Oh, you don't get surrounded constantly? What's that like?
I do my best not to.
That sounds weird. It sounds like you're a weird person who plays games weird.
I mean, if you're a mercenary with Yuke, you want to be surrounded constantly.
That's true.
Oh boy.
Oh, good. The Impa Overlord.
Oh yeah, they're back. Don't worry.
There's 2 of them?
Yeah, 2 of them
Yeah,
spawned.
You're fine.
Yeah, that elderly Murrian almost came up behind me and ate my lunch, but okay. I don't think bosses get rooted, by the way. Seems kind of obvious, but I think if you attach it to a boss, it'll root enemies to the boss, though, which is fun. Oh, shit. God, please don't let me die. Oh, yeah, by the way, the M's still do bleed. So, if you touch, like, those...
Oh, no, negative 12.
Crabs! Crabs! I got hit by the crabs! No! Yeah, hermit crabs. They basically are like the mortar launchers for the enemy team.
Stupid enemy team.
Yeah, anyways. Yeah, that'll about do it for the stream tonight, but we'll play more in future. We can stream more of this.
Yeah, it'll be a fun time.
You definitely seem to be getting into it, which is great. I mean,
Yeah, it's a fun game. I did really like Risk of Rain 1 after trying it. The 2D game, like, it's going to take a little while getting used to the 3D. 2D, for me, always has such a clean feel to it. But this game seems to have done a good job. So
they definitely knew the hurdles they'd have to overcome transferring from 2D to 3D.
Yeah, there are a lot of hurdles. There are a lot of hurdles in that transformation. But
they did a really, really good job with it. And I mean, it's still in early access, so there's still a lot of cleaning up to do. I'd say the biggest cleaning up they have to do right now is fixing the fucking shit optimization on Unity.
Oh, it slows down a lot at higher...
Yeah, higher enemy difficulties where like tons of monster spawns happen. It's a nightmare.
I remember even in like
Actual Risk of Rain, I know it was like because your processor was doing all of this math at once.
yeah, 2D rendering is completely different, like beast, than 3D rendering. It uses completely different stuff. So
Well, I
yeah,
mean,
you
it's
can-
not even just that. It's the fact that Risk of Rain,
there's so much math involved.
yeah, Duncan and Paul are like autistically good at math.
Mhm.
And so they pretty much how they designed Risk of Rain 1 and how they designed Risk of Rain 2 as well is your processor handles all of the math the game's doing for enemy health and shit.
Mhm.
So that's where the real hurdle comes in is not your GPU, but it's where it's the fucking. Oh, I just noticed on the loading or on the main menu screen, there's like this weird machine floating through the sky with wandering vagrants following it. That's cool.
I didn't see that. I think I closed out of it. Shit.
You can see it on
Oh.
my stream though.
Oh yeah, hold on. I have you muted. As usual. No, here we go. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's a I can only see the. I don't think that monster was in the.
No,
previous
it
one.
wasn't. It wasn't in the game. It's just like a weird machine creature. But yeah, so definitely. I mean, part of the problem is the game's in Unity, and Unity's traditionally badly optimized to start with, and you have to kind of handle that as it comes.
It's kind of a jack of all trades, you know.
Yeah, but that's the cost of using Unity is you get a lot of utility with Unity, but it trades off in having really hard optimization to begin with, and you got to do your best to work around that.
You've seen RoboCop, right? Have you seen RoboCop?
I've seen bits and pieces.
You see the part where the dude gets some toxic waste all over him, and then he explodes.
No, that sounds
Well, you're
great.
about to.
Oh, okay. And I can actually pull this up on stream.
Streaming copyrighted content. Get banned. Get that ass banned. GTA B Fox.
All right. I can just close the game at this point because, yeah, it's about to be it for the stream. But I can pull up browser source or let me see. Let me add a source. No, not media source. Window capture video. Window capture. Chrome. And if I pull up Chrome, it's not showing Chrome. Great. Thanks OBS. Cool.
Oops.
God damn it. Yeah, there's still a bit of work to be done with this. Browser, let's try browser source. YouTube, and put it in there. And, okay, now that won't do. There we go, that works. Let's have a look at this shit.
That's a good thumbnail right there.
Yeah.
Have I told you this is a really violent movie?
I mean, it is basically a Reagan wet dream.
This film, you know, it's not as much as Death Wish is.
Not as much as Death Wish is, but it still feels like a Reagan wet dream.
I mean, everything in the 80s was a Reagan wet dream.
I mean, yeah, it's just about cops killing people in the 80s. That is not quite how acid works, but okay.
It's toxic waste. He's a mutant now, Fox.
That's
You
why
need to learn
his
your-
fingers are flesh.
You need to learn your science.
Apparently so.
To understand how this. And then at one point they're driving away, and yeah.
I love how it's still a cop car from the 80s. God. I love how badly old sci-fi is aged, unless you're Star Wars, in which case you've aged very well.
Yeah. I do like the fact. Yeah. I do like the fact that Red from that '70s show is the main bad guy. Have you ever seen that '70s show? It's like
Yeah, I know.
he plays the dad, and I like to think this is the same character.
Awesome.
Have you? Oh yeah, here we go. I like this part.
He just exploded.
That was the best part. I think that's pretty much it. And then there's this shit all over the place.
No survivors.
No, none. No survivors are allowed when crime is afoot. Have you seen the epic RoboCop rap?
No, I
Or the
don't.
robot?
I don't think I want to.
You do.
No, I don't.
You don't have to watch it now.
I don't. I'm not sure. I'm not sure the stream can handle that. I'm not sure the stream can handle that much copyrighted content. Yeah, good stream though. Got some Duke. Got some good shit.
Sounds cool. We'll catch you later, I guess.
Yeah, and we'll do some. Stream some Resident Evil sometime in the future. Get started
Cool.
on that. Today I installed patches for a bunch of the Resident Evil games. Specifically, I got for both Resident Evil. For Resident Evil 4, I got a texture overhaul for the environments and better. I scaled the FOV back a little bit because that game is like super claustrophobic, and on widescreen it feels even more claustrophobic. So I brought the FOV back a little bit. I still wanted to maintain that claustrophobic feel, but I didn't want it to just be staring at Leon's back. Got some better widescreen fixes. So yeah, big texture overhaul. Basically just modernized it, and then Resident Evil 1 also complete texture overhaul. Basically just AI upscaled all the textures.
I can dig it.
Yeah. Resident Evil 5 didn't need much. That game actually still holds up pretty well.
Yeah, it was made like at a time I think when they were like 4 definitely needs some updates to look well on like modern TVs. Like it's still sort of in like the 5.4 area, whereas by the time 5 came out, it was firmly what was the aspect 19 by 20, whatever the aspect resolution is.
Oh yeah, fun fact by the
19
way.
by
So
10.
the texture overhaul guys who did Resident Evil 4, they have color filters things on it. So you can actually they have one the color filter they recommend is one that emulates how the GameCube color filters looked on a TV.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Nice. I'll check that out.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. We got a lot of good stuff in the future. We have so many games that we can do. Honestly, I'm sitting on this huge library now. So now that everything's settled and new PCs in, so what I plan to do is over time I plan to go through each of the Resident Evil games in order. So I'm gonna do Resident Evil 1, then 2 remake whenever I can afford that. And then I'm going to emulate 3, unless 3 remake comes out before I get to that. And then 4, 5, we can do a co-op run of 6, and then it'll be a restream of 7.
We can do co-op 5 as well. I still like.
Oh yeah. I suggested we did co-op 5. I kind of forgot about that. I'd rather not do 5 alone because 5 solo is kind of just not the intended experience.
Yeah.
Because 5, I think, is actually a really good co-op game because you actually have to work with your partner.
It's a good game. Like it's clearly designed for a co-op. You just can't look at those later Resident Evil games as survival horror. I mean, we've discussed before that Resident Evil was always kind of goofy, but
I think Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3, especially 2 remake, is a lot closer to a horror game, but I always consider them more of action thrillers, especially with how insane the peak of those games gets.
yeah, I mean, I know everyone sort of looks back to the exploring around the the Spencer Mansion or whatever.
I consider that atmospheric, but not necessarily scary.
Yeah,
there's
as
a
like
big
being like,
difference.
oh my god, you're in there, you only have a pistol and you're fighting zombies, which is sort of like the iconic part of that game. But there's also a part where you fight a snake with a rocket launcher or with a grenade launcher.
There is that. I
I
mean,
mean, the game has crazy shit in it. Like
yeah.
it's not the first 15 minutes for the whole experience.
And
Like
that's the thing
it's
is with the Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 2 remake, I'd say are probably the scariest Resident Evil games. But I always considered Resident Evil atmospheric but not scary, and that's an important distinction to make.
I got scared. I was scared. Resident Evil 1 scared the shit out of me.
Portal is atmospheric. Portal's not scary.
Well, Resident Evil 1 scared the shit out of me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, when you're young, everything scares you.
Yeah.
Like when you're a small child, everything fucking scares you.
That dog coming through the window, which is sort of like the iconic moment of the game. That shit
Yeah,
was so
I remember
scary.
playing
Fuck
through
that.
the entirety of Resident Evil 1 remake recently, or
Mhm.
not even recently. It was like maybe a little less than a year ago, and I was like, there was at no point where I jumped or was even spooked or startled. And maybe that's due to my like tolerance, my build up because I like horror games.
Mhm.
But I think also a lot of that was just due to that I was feeling immersed, but not necessarily scared.
That's fine. I mean, you get different things out of it. You react different ways emotionally.
I mean, but that's the big thing, though. Is I think as long as a Resident Evil game is immersive, it's doing its job. It doesn't have to be scary. It just has to be atmospheric and set the tone right. I think that's way more
Yeah.
important as an element because I think there are also games that are scary that don't maintain a mood very well.
And they're usually not particularly scary.
Yeah.
And,
So
or any fear that comes from them is like
it
just jump
feels
scares,
faked.
which
Yeah, it feels faked.
jump scares that aren't really scary as much as they are, you know, just kind of dumb.
Yeah, so I think as long as a Resident Evil game, and I think that's part of where Resident Evil 6 kind of fails, is it doesn't really build atmosphere.
Some of the places in it, like I'll say there are a lot of places where the atmosphere like sort of like wanes a bit, but I thought like the fight outside the church in the rain was pretty good. There's a lot of a part with Wesker's son, I forget his name.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, Wesker's son, and I also forget her name. A lady. They have another camp.
Sherry.
Sherry.
She's
Yeah.
actually important because she's from a Resident Evil game that people care about.
Well, they go through like this whole like sort of like complex and like cave structure, like in a snowstorm,
Yeah, I heard about
which
that.
is a pretty cool. Like I don't know. There's a lot of that game that you can like, but you just have to recognize it's not a survival horror game. It's not even close to a survival horror
It's
game.
not even close
You
to
can't
being
even
a Resident Evil game, really.
You can't even squint your eyes like you could with 4 and 5 and say, "Oh yeah, I can kind of see how this is a survival
Oh,
horror."
It's not. Five's not even fucking scary. Like I'm gonna say it to you as somebody who's probably played that game more than anybody else on this planet because I like to co-op that with my dad.
It's tense.
It can be tense. I mean, yeah, oh yeah, the combat in the game I think is really tight. I think it's actually really fun. It's great. But yeah, it's not scary. It's tense. But what I like about 5 a lot and I think where people give it too much shit, 5 has really 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 fun set pieces.
It does have good set pieces, and there are some pretty cool ones. Like the whole part where you're like in the underground ruins.
I love that.
That's a really cool part of the game. When
The
it gets
part
to
with
like
the airboat too. I like the airboat
yeah,
part where you're going to all the
that's
different
pretty
islands.
cool too because it becomes a little bit more of like an open worldy sort of experience.
Yeah, at least for a
Um,
moment, it's cool. I like what they play
and when
around
you're
with.
like when you're going into those like huts and stuff like little clusters and there's nothing there, but like at one point when you're in those huts, like shit's gonna come out of every fucking door.
Yeah, you're like, as soon as I leave this house with this item, dudes
Yeah,
are gonna pour out of
that's
every
cool.
crack and crevice.
That's a cool touch. I think there are elements like that in 6 as well, but it's a different.
I think
Here's the thing, Chris's campaign. I don't know what to say. It's not. It's like
I hear it's really
kind.
dumb.
It's dumb.
It's
Like
really bad.
he's just a fucking
Because
soldier man.
Chris, and also Chris is like co-op partner. He's like, "You're my partner. I can't leave you." And then he's like, "But you have to because I am mutating and I will die soon."
Yeah, that's essentially.
It's
but like it's not good, but it's funny in places.
I mean, you know what? If it's as long as it's entertaining, as long as I can get something out of it, nothing is worse than a boring game. A bad game that's at least a bad game that gives you something to talk about. It's still an entertaining game. You at least still feel compelled to play it just to see what happens.
Resident Evil 6 is always dumb in some important way. Does that make sense?
I hope it is, because I also hear from some people that it's boring.
Well, there are parts of it that, like, I don't know. I found it fun just because I was shooting shit the whole time. Like, I thought that was really cool. I think a lot of the reason why it sort of got shit on, I think, was because of when it came out.
Yeah, well, it fell into that trope of dumb schlocky action co-op game, because it came out in 2012, the exact same time Dead Space 3 came out, which was also trying the same thing. It was everybody, all the fucking horses were off to the races all at once with this fucking idea, trying to get that cash cow. It didn't fucking work because
And it came at a time when horror had been reinvented by games like Amnesia.
exactly. You can't send all the fucking horses off to the races, because when you have so many horses at the starting gate, all bets are off. You can't.
Especially when so many people who were into horror had found games like Amnesia or Outlast, which I don't think is a good game, but that's a discussion for another time.
Outlast was 2014 though.
It was? Okay, Outlast was a little later. But like people had discovered Amnesia, and that had just completely revolutionized horror. And so you have Amnesia. You know what it is? There's this movie that was released in the 90s called The Last Action Hero, starring Arnold motherfucking Schwarzenegger. And it got incredible and like hyper shitted on in the box office when it came out, because it was a parody of a dumb 80s action movie. But I watched it like 5-10 years ago. It is so incredibly smart and so good that I can't believe this movie didn't make a lot of money. But when it came out, people were moving away from the type of movie it was sort of glomming onto.
Yeah.
And so it was so easy just to dismiss it and say, "Oh, this is another one of those another one of those movies coming out." But now, if you go back and look at it, enough time has passed that it's refreshed, which is why a build game comes out in 2019 and it's fucking amazing. But you couldn't give away a build game in 2003 or 4.
Yeah, I think definitely the time period, the scope of it is really
That's
important.
one of the reasons why it got shit. It's not a great game, but that's one of the reasons why it got shit on. Because really, its sins, like the real sins of the game, it doesn't sin any worse than than Resident Evil 5 does.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't really
definitely.
sin in it. You may be a little more tired of it at that point, and maybe there are some stupid element more, but its sins are all sins that I recognize from 5, like over the top stuff. Like, I mean, Chris uses a laser satellite to fight a giant blob in Resident Evil 5, which is the silliest moment in any Resident Evil game.
Yeah, I think the thing about Resident Evil 5 is it was at a time when people were less tired of that genre, but I think
Everyone
also
was so excited about 4 that they wanted more of 4. We wanted more. Like, if 4 were released today, there would have been 5 DLCs for it, and I would have bought all of them.
of course. Yeah, dude, I wouldn't have even debated with you on that. I would have gotten them too.
And it came out at a time when everybody wanted more of 4, and everybody got a game that was similar, but they made changes to it and addendums, and I think it was less than 4, but it was still a fun game.
I think the problem with 5 was that they pushed the co-op focus, because if 5 was just another single player game but it had Chris, not fucking Sheva. If you just had Chris being stupid, I am big dumb action man, and he throws out like stupid, like really comically non-self-aware like soldier jargon shit and punches shit, you'd have yourself a fucking winner. You'd have Resident Evil 4: The Second Coming. But the problem was
what about instead of if just Chris, it's just Sheva, huh?
Nah,
See, that's
good.
a little bit progressive for you.
I mean, it's progressive, but I mean, dude, come on, it's Chris.
It's also Chris,
Yeah,
the son of Joe Baker.
son of Joe Baker. I mean,
Prove me wrong.
And this is the thing. This is where I'm coming from with this. Is you in Resident Evil 4, you had an established character, you had Leon, but reinvented as an idiot.
He's just such a dumbass.
You have him reinvented as an idiot who's trying way too hard to be cool, and it worked because he was super self-aware. And now you go and you take Chris and you make him extremely unself-aware to the point where that's comedy in and of itself. But he's like, I am the soldier man. I am emotion, and I fight and punch.
I fight and I feel, and I fight and I feel. Like with Leon, there's so many moments in that game that are just so fucking stupid. Like when like Salazar or whatever is talking about like I'll crush them like insects, and he's like, they're not insects, they're people. It's just so fucking stupid. It's a fucking metaphor, Leon. God damn it.
Yeah, and like if they did that, if they just had Chris and they just did that with Chris, and like you made Chris really kind of like Leon, very capable but very very dumb, you would have had more of Resident Evil 4. The problem with 5 is that it pushed the co-op focus and that kind of skewed the perspective of the game.
It was a serious game.
Because because 5 is because when you're playing co-op, first of all, 5 is really hard to play alone because relying on an AI sucks ass. So you're playing it together, and when you play it in co-op, your immersion's always broken. And I was mentioning this to you off stream, but that I feel like this is worth saying on stream. Your immersion is always broken by your co-op partner because again, nothing breaks your immersion faster than your dingus friend going, hey, watch this.
Yeah.
And that's fun.
True.
That's fun. That's a lot of fun because playing with your friends is always fun. But shit, that you can't focus on the game when your friends when you're watching your friend fucking stack bodies a mile high.
Yeah, it's a different it's almost incompatible. You can't really have those two together.
No.
You can't have that real serious like atmospheric tension and also some dude on a microphone.
You can't.
It's not not yet.
Not yet.
It's not possible.
I think
maybe not ever.
I think if you design an experience that's solely based around communicating with a partner, or you're both in perilous danger and you fucking die a horrible, terrifying death, that would work.
Yeah, if the game is designed in such a way that the communication is part of the gameplay and you tell the story through that gameplay, then yes. But,
I think Resident Evil 5 shines a lot as a co-op action game where you're like, okay, you take the sniper, I'll take the SMG, and we need to watch each other's backs and run this kind of setup and this kind of strategy so we don't die. That's where I think the game shines. I love doing that in Resident Evil 5. That actual like strategic tactical co-op. It's the best tactical Resident Evil game I've ever fucking played.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we can play it. That'll be fun.
Yeah, like this thing is it's a great tactical game. I'd be hard pressed to tell you it's atmospheric or even very good at delivering the Resident Evil experience. Besides Chris being there, and Chris is the Resident Evil experience in and of himself.
Yeah, Chris is. Oh man,
Chris is the Resident Evil experience.
They really didn't do as good a job with them in Resident Evil 6. They just didn't.
Yeah, well, and again, I think part of the problem is they keep switching voice actors, and they've kind of learned their lesson with that a little bit.
Yeah, well, hopefully they have learned their lesson because it's fucking stupid that you have to be told that.
Chris,
you have to learn
because like Resident Evil 5, what it really did do is it defined those characters' voice actor roles. People knew as soon as they heard Roger Craig Smith's voice, they're like, "That's Chris." And the guy they got to do Chris for Resident Evil 7 sounds like an older Roger Craig Smith. It's not Roger Craig Smith, but I thought it was at first because it sounds like him.
They did a good job with that. They got someone who sound. He doesn't look like Chris because
they brought it back to a really realistic kind of look.
Yeah, he was silly looking in Resident Evil 5.
He was like mega chiseled. He looked like the Giga Chad meme.
He was like comically muscular, like so muscular that like, can he effectively like operate a soldier's kit with that amount of muscle? Like being like a super bodybuilder like really affects your like dexterity and like having a ton of I don't mean like being fit, but like being like bodybuilder sized muscles that puts a lot of strain on your body.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't do like dexterous shit if you've got 100 pounds of muscles on you. So I was looking at him like he's
God damn it.
Kind of stupid. But hey, it was Chris. We love Chris.
Yeah, we love Chris. There you go.
All right.
But There, I'm putting that on stream real quick. What the Giga Chad meme is for anybody who wouldn't know.
The Giga Chad. Yeah,
That's what Chris looked like in Resident Evil 5.
it's important. That's important context. Yeah, that's important context.
But yeah, that's Chris in Resident Evil 5. Um, yeah, and I mean it was silly, and like I think Capcom does a really good job with their faces. Like Chris in Resident Evil 5, if you compare him to a real human, you're like, oh, that's fucking fake as shit. But if in the context of the game, you're like, oh yeah, he looks believably like a human.
No, I mean, you got to take the graphics as when they were made. I mean, it's not really fair to. Well, it
Yeah,
doesn't look realistic. It's like, well, shut up.
yeah.
Shut up.
Capcom does a good job with their faces in any game, really. That's like one of the
Capcom,
things.
yeah, they also do like they're also slightly stylized.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at, I think a perfect example of this is Devil May Cry 5, where the characters' faces feel real, but they're also super stylized. Like you can tell, like Nero's got that really like weird jaw and that hair.
Yeah,
but
they
it-
have a
but
lot
it-
of weird shit.
but he looks like a person.
Yeah, they're people.
Yeah, they don't look like cartoon characters. They have exaggerated facial features, but they don't look like cartoon characters. They look like people. And I think that's something Capcom's always excelled at is their art direction within their 3D games because their 3D characters look believable.
That's true. Their character design in general is amazing.
Yeah, I mean Capcom has designed some of my favorite shit ever. They're just like,
Yeah, that's true.
and they're my
Capcom.
last bastion of hope after Konami died. So, got to hold on to something.
Yeah,
All the good AAA, they're like the last good AAA company.
yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, Capcom or Konami's dead, Activision's dead, Squeenix is just holding on.
They might
Valve's
still be. I mean,
dead. Yeah, the only
Yeah.
AAA publisher still holding out is Capcom.
Bungie's dead.
But they're not a publisher; they're a studio, and they're kind of still
Yeah.
doing stuff. They keep reinventing themselves, which was always the Bungie thing: is just keep doing something new.
Yeah, which is why I think that when they became the Halo studio, that really
They changed. I know they
It
constantly
really-
change.
like their stories, their games were always based on heavy storytelling.
Yeah.
That's why reason why I liked them growing up. Like if you haven't played Myth: The Fallen Lords, actually, you know what?
keep telling
should
me about
play.
Myth. You keep telling me about Myth. I'll probably emulate Myth at some point.
Like it's a really good game. Like the story in it is fucking amazing.
Wait, is Myth a PC game? Because I could probably get it on GOG if it's a PC game.
It is a PC game. Yes,
Then I-
Myth: The
then-
Fallen Lords.
Then I can probably just buy it on GOG.
Let me see if it's on GOG.
Yeah, Ubisoft is again holding on by their fingernails because they just have like a couple good games that
They release this. Yeah, they keep releasing.
for single player experiences they keep re-releasing the same shit except with more monetization avenues. The only games they have that are even worth playing right now are For Honor and Rainbow Six.
Wow, Myth: The Fallen Lords is not on GOG.
Well, let me see if there is a way I can get it. It might be lost to time because the video game industry fucking sucks at archival.
Wow, the GOG storefront looks a lot like Steam's storefront.
Myth Fallen Lords. It's on Steam.
Fuck. Okay.
Or it might have been. No, I thought it was. One of the
Oh, one of the recommended search because
Yeah.
people are probably searching for it, looking
people
for it.
want it. My abandonware. You can download it as an abandonware. So I could probably get it, but I'm not sure how well it run on Windows 10.
You gotta fight. You gotta fight for you gotta fight for anything good in this life.
Yeah, it might be worth trying. I'm not saying it's not worth trying. I'm just saying usually you have to run a shit ton of compatibility patches.
So I mean, it was released in 1997.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's like a fucking DOS game. So
No, but
you
even games just as old as 20 years can have some pretty fucking bad compatibility issues. Like any of the Might and Magic shit, pretty much. Like for Might and Magic on GOG like pretty much puts the patches in the game.
Myth is such a fucking good game.
Yeah, I want to play it because you're recommending it to me.
The story in it is so fucking ridiculous. Like as a kid, Like it fucking destroyed. Like I was me. Oh my god, I couldn't
But
couldn't deal
yeah,
with it.
like as far as publishers go, though, like developer studios aside, Bungie's constantly changing. That's kind of just their thing at this point. Um, fucking like AAA publishers, like Capcom's the only one that still is like committed to putting out quality.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, well, I mean, well, listen, they tried to go the monetization avenue with Street Fighter V, and that did very, very poorly for them. They tried to do the early triple access thing with Street Fighter V, and pretty much all of their player base stayed at Street Fighter 4.
So from what I'm reading about this game, it runs well on Windows 10, but you just use a compatibility mode for SP3.
Oh, okay, I could do that. All right, cool.
That's what I'm reading.
So I could just buy it as a band, or not even buy it. I could just download it as a
Fuck it,
bandware
I'm
and
gonna
play it
I'm
for
gonna
free.
download it and see what happens.
Yeah, okay. I'll do that at some point though. Let me see. Yeah, I got a ton of games I can play though. I could download Fury on my PC. I have it on my PS4, but I could do it on my PC. Yeah, once Black Mesa is development is done, I'll do that too. I'm very excited to do that. I'm like, God, Black Mesa devs, please finish the game already. Half-Life 2
Yeah.
is one of my favorite games ever, and I really want to stream Half-Life 2, but I don't want to do Half-Life 2 before Black Mesa's done.
Half-Life 2 is a good game.
It's one of my favorites.
Good game.
Yeah, a lot of good games. A lot of good games coming up. Yeah, Duke 3D's fun. How long is it?
You're probably like halfway, I want to say, through the. I don't know if it's halfway, but there's 3 campaigns. Oh, there's 4 campaigns.
Yeah, there's 4 campaigns.
But the 4th one was added later. But the original 3, you're getting through the first one. Like you're probably maybe halfway or so.
Okay, so this is something I just got to keep chipping away at.
It's not a long game. It's not a long game.
No, I
think-
wouldn't imagine it's a super long game, but still, don't forget, streams like 2 to 3 hours a night.
Unlike fucking Iron Fury, which is actually super long.
Interesting.
It's really long. Like I have, if you look at my time played in it,
You're
like,
still wait. You're still going in one campaign? I thought you were replaying levels at this point.
No, I played it through. Then I went through the secrets, getting all the secrets, which some of those are really fucking obtuse. And now I'm playing it through in the hardest difficulty.
I mean, that's build games in general. But yeah,
This one though, is a bit much, even for me.
Not Let's Rock. Come Get Some was actually a good suggestion, by the way, because I was thinking I should do Let's Rock at first, because I was like, I don't know where literally every secret is, so I don't know where to get like all the ammo caches and shit. But as it turns out, my aim is good enough with this game, and I'm actually good enough at finding secrets that I can still find myself sitting on a fucking absolute surplus of ammo just through skill alone.
And you also have found a lot of the secrets as well.
Well, that's what I'm saying is I'm good enough at finding the secrets, and my aim is good enough.
You can
that,
just play it through getting them. Yeah.
That just on skill and secret finding alone, I can sit on a cache of ammo. As long as I quick save at the beginning of every level, because if you don't, the level will start you with fucking nothing.
Which is that sucks. I was like the original Duke 3D, and a lot of the challenge in the game is balanced around you playing with a keyboard.
Yeah, well, and that's why I turned off. And that's why I turned off aim assist. I turned off everything that would help me aim, and I'm just going on raw skill alone.
Aim assist kind of fucks with you a little bit if you're using a mouse. To be honest, I don't even think it's helpful. Like when I played it at first, I didn't realize to turn off auto aiming. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with my aiming? And then I went in there. I'm like, oh, it's trying to aim for me when I'm.
It'd be kind of fun to play that game with just keyboard, though.
It's an interesting experience to use because use it's the arrow keys. Not even this is before WASD. You use the arrow keys to move. I think the space bar is jump, but I think that's how it is in the game anyway. And then use your left key. I think some of the letter keys are like shoot, and then it's interesting. Like if you want to shoot an enemy above you, you aim to where they would be, and then you shoot, and your bullets will automatically hit high. So you'll be shoot. It looks like you're shooting at nothing, but it'll actually hit them.
So what turns you?
You turn using the arrow keys.
Wait a minute. So how do you strafe then?
You hold shift and yeah, I think you hold shift. It's been a while since I've played these games. I believe it's shift.
Bizarre. That's bizarre. Never mind. I'm not interested in doing that.
You
Jesus.
might be playing Doom. Might be interesting to play on it because Doom was 100% built on a. So much of the game is horizontal for that reason. Like there are very rarely enemies in your sight or that approach you from a different level that aren't in your sight
Yeah.
because because if they were, you'd literally have to use the page up and page down, which is so slow. And then it sticks there. So you have to use page up or page down. I think hit end or home to level you out again. It was not a good system.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. I don't. I haven't played very many build games before besides Doom 1 and 2. How am I doing?
You're doing fine. A lot of the skills you develop in other games transfer because it's a very twitchy shooter.
Oh well, yeah, dude.
Um,
Like I know I've mentioned this to you before, but like I've been playing shooters for ages, so this is nothing new to me. This is just I'm like going back to before my time.
well, that's why I recommended that you just play on Come Get Some. And the only reason I wouldn't say the higher one was because it does that stupid shit where it keeps on
Infinite
spawning
spawn,
enemies.
yeah.
I
I
don't
don't.
even know. I don't know if it's infinite, but I know kept happening. It's annoying because it breaks up the feel of a build game where you clear out certain areas
I
and
don't want to. Yeah, and I don't want to deal with that. Like I just don't want to deal with having to constantly because that just feels like a grind. Like
yeah, that's a grind. So that a lot of people have complained about the hardest difficulty on Duke, and I don't think anyone really plays it on that, which is a shame because once you get good at the game and know where all the secrets are, it kind of becomes
well,
pretty easy
and that's kind of
game.
like the difference between Halo on heroic and legendary. I feel like Halo on heroic is the right way to play, and then legendary is just fucking painful.
Yeah, legendary is painful, but Halo's a completely different experience with
I
the
know, but
regenerating health and
I
stuff.
was making a comparison with the
Yeah. Yeah, games. I think when the hardest difficulty game like completely like changes a dynamic of the game, that's probably not the best way of doing it.
But yeah, I usually
Like
think like hard mode is the best way to play, and then hardest is not.
yeah, like like an Ion Fury, the hardest difficulty level is just that. There's more enemies. They're harder enemies earlier, and they do more damage, and they're just generally better. They're still dumb as rocks though, but even for a build game, they're stupid. Um, but that's how it should be because it's a progression. They don't introduce a completely different element like it would be with the constant respawns. Like that'd be great if that was an option, like constant like endless respawns. Check, don't check. But for the game, I just want to kind of have a scaled experience where it's more difficult in a way that makes sense. But I don't know. Some people I guess some people like it. I don't know. I don't think it's very popular to play at the hardest difficulty.
Yeah, proportionally though, most of my deaths either came from early on.
Yourself.
Yeah, either myself or early on dealing with the pigmen because they deal a shit ton of damage really close to you because they have shotguns.
One of the things about them is you can one thing about build games and about this game in specific is a lot of the enemies, specifically the raptor soldiers, which you haven't encountered yet, they have machine guns. And the pig cops, their guns are hit scan guns. And so when they set up to shoot, which is like a split second where they do that, they have a radius where you'll get damage. So if you know what that is, you can avoid it pretty easily.
Okay,
Uh,
that's good to know.
the pig cops are harder because they have a wide arc, but and it balances out because like the raptor guys have those machine guns, like the chain gun that you got at one point in the game. That's
The
the weapon they have.
the machine cannon.
Yeah, machine cannon. That's the weapon they have. So if they have a very tight hit scan. So, but if you're in that hit scan, you get fucked. So with them, you kind of have to, and some of them are bullshit. There are some bullshit enemies in this game. Like there are these drones that like are ridiculous damage sinks and just fucking suicide bomb you.
That's fun.
There's a lot of them in the second one. The one where you're in space saving the babes.
Oh shit! You know what I need to do at some point?
Save babes.
Save babes, but also while we're doing Duke Nukem, I should also do Serious Sam at some point.
Serious Sam is an excellent game.
Yeah, and I mean, even Serious.
I like
I think
Serious
Serious Sam 3 is like what Duke Forever should have been, because Serious Sam 3 was actually a Serious Sam game that survived the transition to 3D.
Serious Sam is a good game. It's a fun game. It's a bit different than Duke because it's not an exploration game. It's an arena based game almost. Like I
Yeah,
know you go from point A to point B and you're going through a
the
map.
Serious Sam
But
guys are still doing shit. Like they're still making games. They did
yeah, that's cool. Like I play. I remember when I played Serious Sam.
they did
And I was
Talos Principle, which is actually like a fucking like puzzle like
that's
story game.
actually I didn't know that. That's actually interesting.
Yeah. It's on the Serious Sam 3 like engine that they have, so
That's cool.
yeah, I want to do Serious Sam 3 because I like that's like one of the only good Twitch shooters before Doom's 2016.
Did you play the
That
first two?
I have not played Serious Sam 1 or 2.
One's really fun. One's the only one that I really played. And it's like it's fun. It's a very fun game.
It's a build game.
It plays if you took a build game and just took like the arena segments from the build game where you're just getting enemies everywhere and you just have to run and gun the whole time, then yeah, a lot of the gameplay
That sounds excellent, actually. That sounds like something I'd enjoy.
yeah, a lot of the gameplay in it is kind of just like running from enemies while shooting explosives at them. But I mean, hey,
Well,
why
the
not?
thing is, as long as you get that adrenaline rush, that like the skill involved with doing trick shots and shit like that, that's what matters. As long as that core principle of doing like funky trick shots while moving at incredibly blistering speeds, that's the important part of a build game.
Yeah, there's some of that in there.
Like
It's a different.
if you're playing a revised build game on like a modern version, you have to check always run.
Yeah, of
Like
course. Why would you?
if you don't do that, you're playing it fucking wrong.
Yeah, why would you not? Yeah.
See, like for Black Mesa or an updated Half-Life experience, I think then you can like check off always run because like you can, because then you slow down a bit and then there's the sprint function and like with Black Mesa, I have always run off because Black Mesa I think serves better playing it more like a more modern shooter.
Yeah, it's a bit more realistic. I mean, realistic, quotation marks.
No, I know
Um,
what you mean. You don't even have to justify that to me. I know what you mean. I
yeah.
don't, yeah.
In terms of like the pinnacle of build games, I would say it has to be at this point Iron Fury. It's the best build game I've ever played.
You said that, and I believe you.
Like it's got incredible amounts of fucking ridiculous action. The guns are super satisfying. Shelly
'Cause
has a shotgun that also is a grenade launcher. She just puts in a different it's like a revolving. It looks like a grenade launcher. Like it has a chamber that revolves, a big chamber. But you can either put in shotgun shells or grenades. Like I have 40mm grenades, and and she has like the bowling bombs that are like the bombs you charge up and then roll and they blow people apart.
that's what that's what I really need. I need more like that's what Half-Life 1 had that Half-Life 2 didn't had. Half-Life 2 is my favorite like experience because it's super atmospheric and dreary and it like has an amazing adventure. But
Yeah.
Half-Life 1 had funky weapons like snarks and the glue-on gun and shit like that. That's what Half-Life 1 had.
Shit that made people blow up and blow in lots of different directions at once.
Yeah, you need like I think that's what like really fast Twitch shooters thrive on is funky shit. And that's what Doom 2016 did really well. Is Doom 2016 had basic weapons, but then you had the attachments. And that's what made Doom 2016 amazing. Is you had like the grenade launcher and the shotgun. That shit is what kept, that shit's what kept it interesting.
Yeah.
Or the missile
um,
launcher on the
An interesting thing
shooter.
in Ion is that like when you blow enemies apart, and you can also blow them apart from a quick shot, from a close-up shot with the shotgun if you hit them in the head, I think. They actually spawn a bunch of little armor tokens.
Oh, that's cute.
So it kind of encourages you to not just shoot them from a distance, even though you can do that because your pistol has a lock-on feature. It's not a lock-on feature. It has a feature where if you scroll over somebody while doing the second thing, you can.
Oh yeah, it's a
you can
McCree
mark
hole.
them.
I actually
you can
remember.
mark them.
I remember seeing the original. I remember seeing like the first couple of maps of Ion Fury, and I was like, oh, it's McCree's ult from Overwatch.
Yeah, you can mark them, which it's cool, and it's good for certain situations, like against some of the flying enemies. They're just a pain in the ass.
Also, if you got like a wide spread of enemies, you just like hit the mark key and then swing your mouse from left to right.
Yeah, you mark them all, and then she just unloads all of the shots on them.
I mean, that's what I think is just like again the mark of a good weapon set. And if you notice when I was playing Duke 3D, like my shooter instincts kicked in immediately, as you saw.
Mhm.
The thing about Duke 3D is I swing through weapons really fast
Mm.
because everything has a situational use. And I think that's what makes something like that good. And like Ion Fury is, nothing has a set in stone, I can use this anywhere at any time thing.
The Ion Fury takes that to heart. I think every gun in the game can be used. You could probably like beat the game with any of it. Well, I mean, not everyone, but like you could do most of the game with any of the guns. Like the
Yeah, I mean,
her
you
pistol
could.
her pistol actually does a fuckload of damage.
But I think for a good shooter like Half-Life or Ion Fury or any old build game, you need or Doom 2016, you need to have a weapon. You need to have every weapon have a very very clear strength and a very clear drawback.
Yeah, you have it's yeah. There's that in there. Obviously some guns like the chain gun are fucking are just like, I mean it's a 308 chain gun. I mean you're just blowing people to fucking little bits.
Yeah, and you have some more universally usable than others, but even then, like with the chain cannon in Duke 3D, you lose accuracy at distance.
Yeah.
So not even then, because the pistol's perfectly accurate at all ranges. The pistol's basically your sniper. But
Yeah, until you, well, I would say in some ways your rocket launcher is your sniper.
it also is. But your
It has
rocket launcher. But the
its
drawback of
accuracy is actually really good.
but the drawback of your rocket launcher is perfectly accurate, but it travels.
Yeah, it travels. Most enemies are kind of dumb by getting out of the way. Although some of the ones like the octopus assholes will actively dodge your rocket.
The octopus assholes that blow my fucking eardrums out because their audio
Yeah.
is somehow mixed extremely louder than everything else in the game.
Yeah, that was really loud. They're loud in the game, but not that loud. Also, I'm not, maybe a little bit of sound balancing issue in that version.
Yeah, but Duke 3D, Duke 3D is pretty much the only way I can play this game because the 20th anniversary, because the version that Devolver Digital published that was considered the best version, whichever that one was, I forget what it was called. It was put out in like 2013 or whatever. That version got taken down from the Steam store in favor of the 20th anniversary edition, which is the one that fucking sucks and is optimized like shit.
Yeah, there are a lot of mixed there are a lot of mixed things with that. Like a lot of people had optimization issues, a lot of people didn't, but that's
If I could just play the 20th anniversary edition without that awful, awful, awful VSync.
Well, have you tried it on the new hardware?
You know what? Right, like just for the sake of checking, right now I will start it up, and this will be like the last thing I do on stream because the stream's still running.
Yeah, it's still running.
And that's not an accident.
I mean, anyone who is listening has stopped listening now because we just.
I think the conversation. I mean, I'm trying to be more self confident. I think the reason people are here is to listen to me talk. So
that's why I'm here.
yeah. So I think that yeah. Any video settings. Yeah, the concept of having a VSync always on is just a fucking awful, awful, awful idea in general.
Yeah, it's weird, but I mean, I got it when I was if I can just get my game playing at a constant FPS of 60, which is what it would do, and I guess 120 if I'm using my monitor I'm using now. But for me, that was fine. And really, like, I don't know how much gain there is. This isn't like Fortnite where you want to have 240 FPS. I have 240 FPS when I pay for Life for it.
Yeah,
I have all the FPS.
I get a lot of frames when I play Rainbow. Like uncapped, my Rainbow gets about like 200 and something. But
yeah, you'll those frames really matter.
But I don't like to leave my GPU and processor rendering everything completely unchecked. I use Riva Tuner Statistics Server to throttle my FPS.
Okay, that's fine.
I think that
consistency is what you want.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is I throttle it down so A, it's more consistent. B, it'll be easier to stream because your encoder has to compress all those frames into 60. So
Correct.
the more frames you have, the harder your encoder has to work. So there's a lot of reasons, and also it makes your hardware last longer because obviously your hardware is not working at maximum power. So
So you said that you were upset that you'd missed Ghost in the Shell, the shooter, right? Last Order or whatever.
First something, first contact or whatever.
First Assault.
First assault.
There's actually a game that it was kind of like, I don't want to say based on, but there was a game that people compared it a lot to called Neo Tokyo. Which, let me see if I can find it.
What the fuck is 1080?
1080?
I've gotta bring it back to full screen. Oh, but now it's not window capturing anymore. But then, God, this thing is so shit. God, I hate it. Resolution. Alright, let's just turn it to 720. Because obviously it's not gonna work as both full screen and... Yeah, okay. The bourbon's hitting me all at once, so I'm slowing down a little bit.
Drinking on stream, bad streamer IMO.
Bad streamer IMO. I know it's I know like it's Twitch won't let you get shit faced, but I know that Twitch will let you drink, but you can't get shit faced on Twitch or you get banned.
Yeah, they don't want you doing things that other people have done, who don't need to be mentioned.
Come get some.
I do like the redid lines though. I really wish this version worked better.
Those alien bastards are gonna pay for shooting up my...
Alright, let me see. Control mouse. Let's turn the sensitivity up.
ride.
Yeah, the VSync always on still really fucking hurts that delay. That's still pretty terrible.
Still affecting you. All right, well.
Yeah, I
It is
mean,
what it
that's
is,
the
I
thing with
guess.
these old build games, is if your turn speed is anything other than instant, you're playing suboptimally.
Yeah, there's you really need to, because these games are, a lot of these games are about flicking. Like,
Yeah.
because as you're moving away from out of enemy hit boxes or hit scans, or their projectiles shooting shit at you.
Yeah, well, and that's
you
the
have
thing
to
is,
be moving and then flip up and hit them before they can shoot again, which is like a lot of the play in Iron Fury is being able to quickly flip your gun to where they are and just blowing their heads off. And the Iron Fury is different because it actually has location damage.
yeah, you know, you want those modern conventions of things like, oh, you know, headshots.
Yeah, that's a modern convenience that there's nothing wrong. I'm thrilled that that's in there.
And that's what Half-Life innovated that I think really changed the shooter industry is headshots. Half-Life
Yeah.
added headshots to shooters, which was a very important.
I don't think they existed before that.
Yeah, and then because it was a 3D game, and so they could add hitboxes to 3D models, which was different because in 2D games you just made the sprite and it's like, okay, shoot the sprite and the sprite takes damage. But with Half-Life, you're like, okay, so we have this 3D model, let's put a box around the head and that makes a headshot. And you know, it feels dated by comparison because it's literally 21 years ago, 1998 when that came out. But that was the biggest shit ever because you're like, if I shoot the zombie in the head, the zombie actually dies faster. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of something we take for granted now, but it's really good.
Yeah,
Really
it was a
good
big
innovation.
thing, and it's a thing that I think every shooter now has to have is location damage, like weak spots, because weak spots reward players who aim carefully, and it helps you conserve ammo. It's important.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, in Duke, the only way to conserve ammo now, if you're not playing with the instant hit scan aim assist, is just not sucking at aiming, which I don't. So I have tons and tons of ammo that I sit on at all times.
Yeah, there's yeah, you just kind of have to shoot the shit out of things. It's not like in later games where if you're low on ammo, you can focus on getting a headshot that can conserve.
Well,
And that's just
how you
that's just
conserve
an
ammo in Duke. How you conserve ammo in Duke is you use a weapon that's best for the situation. Like if I'm close to something, I'll use the shotgun to conserve machine gun ammo. If I'm at medium range, I'll use the machine gun. If I'm at long range, I'll use the pistol. That's how I'm conserving ammo. If you notice, that's how I'm saving money. Is I'm doing the economist thing and pinching pennies.
Oh yeah, go switching between those weapons to pick what's best for any situation is going to be a huge part of that game going forward because there's other guns like you get the shrink ray, the expander, you get the devastator,
Expand dong.
you get the ice gun or whatever that you turn, they freeze, and then you get to kick them
That's fun.
and they shatter. Yeah, my favorite gun is still probably the
My,
shotgun because
I,
it's
I'd
fucking
say
sweet.
I'd say Duke out of all of the shooters I've ever played, besides Doom 2016, of course, because Doom had glory kills, which of course was amazing. But I'd say of all the melees, like the instant melees in a shooter I've ever played, Duke has one of my favorites because it's just his fucking foot,
The mighty boot, yeah, that's
the
a
mighty
huge. Yeah,
foot.
that's
Yeah,
yeah.
I love that. I love that a lot. Like, because like when you play shooters, it's like well, because there's like an instant melee for a lot of shooters, and usually it's just butt stroking or knifing something if it's a more realistic shooter.
hmm
But with Duke, it's just his fucking foot. He
Duke
just
kicks him,
kicks. He just kicks.
and it's handy because if you think about it, like
Well,
his
yeah,
hands are his hands have guns in them, so that's the quickest way to get a melee attack off. You
well,
can do even when you have a gun. Like you don't have to switch to the boot. Like there's a button for it. You
yeah,
can just kick the shit out of people, and I kind of wish that Iron Fury had that. She has like a electro baton, which is cool, but I kind of want to see her kick people. I
yeah.
kind of
Well,
want to see.
and
That's
if you
kind of what I
noticed,
want
I
with this.
actually ended up using it at certain points to conserve ammo. If I got close enough to an enemy where I could just kick the shit out of them to
Yeah,
finish them
well,
off.
with like the basic assault troopers, like those weird, the basic guys, you can a lot of times kick them to death. I mean, their shots do a lot of damage, but you can usually avoid them.
I mean,
They're they're usually kind of disposable though, so you can mostly kill them with a
I mean,
pistol.
you notice that I catch on pretty quick to this shit though.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the skills that you have in um, that you've developed in other shooters are going to carry over here because a lot of other shooters use games like
Borrowed
this
from this. Well,
as
yeah,
a
and that's what I
base.
said. Is like I'm not trying something new. I'm going back to where everything came from.
Yeah, no, you just yeah, I knew you'd be doing fine on it because you know those skills aren't going to leave you. Like playing a Twitch game, playing games like this means I could move into a lot of first person shooters and be fine, just because like those skills that you build up playing games like this, especially like the reflexes and the dodging while shooting, which is a critical part of survival in those games. You just have. But
Yeah, yeah. I think just it's something that takes years to perfect, but transfers perfectly between games if you do have it down.
with some of the caveats that obviously each game is going to have its own specific feel, like you find
Yeah.
yourself over or under shooting things like that, but generally speaking that's a pretty small adjustment for your brain to make.
Well, yeah, and I mean, pointing and shooting while moving is one of those things that takes time to pick up, but never
hmm
leaves. And
yeah,
it's different because with Duke, you're moving at breakneck speeds and you're just holding down left click until the thing dies. But then with Rainbow Six, it's super different because you have to lean and strafe and play carefully. But it's still the similar principle of you shoot while you move, you point at the guy.
yeah, and Rainbow Six especially is like you have such a short period of time to kill the guy before the guy kills you.
Yeah, absolutely. Health is basically nothing in that game. It's literally 3 bullets and anybody dies. Regardless of gun, 3 shots and somebody dies.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and there's going to be some For Honor streams in the future too. I don't know when because I've got this whole library that I can explore. There's going to be more Duke, of course. More Duke, more. There's going to be Resident Evil. God, dude, there's so much content that I can do now.
I know, it's gonna be awesome.
So yeah, your investment's going to pay off.
It will pay off. I'm gonna also play some Outer Worlds too. Probably play some this weekend.
Nice. Yeah. So my priority list for games to get in the future, by the way, I'm definitely going to stream the Halo campaigns when Halo PC comes out.
Okay.
Also, after I finish Resident Evil 1, at some point, I'm going to try to scrape together enough money to get RE2 Remake, because I don't want to emulate RE2 when Remake exists. Because Remake is
Yeah,
pretty much follows all of the exact same beats, but
yeah, it's rare that happens where a remake comes out that can completely sort of
RE2 Remake actually added story elements that didn't exist in the
it's
first game.
it's kind of a better game than
It is. No, it's just objectively a better. It's just
yeah,
a
like
better version of RE2.
like it was originally really good. Like Resident Evil 2 is a really good game, and I'm not some kid who's just showing up and being like, oh man, that old game. Like I played that game on release day when it came out. Like,
No, I'm not gonna say that Resident Evil 2 is a bad game ever.
yeah, I played that game on release when it came out and
I
loved
think
it, like just
of
like
the
all the other
classic
ones.
Resident Evil trilogy, I think that one had like
It's the best of the three.
the best idea of what it was doing.
Yeah, it's the best of the three by far. Resident Evil 3 is the weakest because it wasn't intended to be a mainline RE game. It was meant to be a side story that they.
Yeah, I'm fond of
Um,
RE3, but
it's
yeah,
a good game. It's not, and this is a high bar we're talking about here.
yeah,
It's
absolutely.
like which of the Star Wars movies is the worst
And it's
of
like,
the
oh
original three?
man. Well, obviously it's Return of the Jedi, but
A lot of people say that. I really like Return of the Jedi. I think the space battle is really awesome. I think the whole like culmination of Luke's plan to save his father is really
as long as we
awesome.
agree, Empire's the best.
Yeah, of course. I mean that's yeah. Jesus Christ,
Empire is easily the best. You can
it's the
debate
best of
whether
the three by a lot.
yeah,
Yeah, by a lot.
you can you can debate whether Return or Hope is like not as good, but we're still talking about a really high bar.
I honestly think that Return of the Jedi is better than A New Hope.
And you know, you're welcome to that. I think it doesn't matter really because ultimately they're still all three entertaining films to watch in order. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
they're really good. They're really good movies.
It doesn't
They're
matter
really
if
good
you
movies.
feel like you know, maybe New Hope is a little weaker because when you're watching New Hope, you're still gonna be like, holy shit, this movie's still good.
No, because it's the first one you see, so you're like, oh my god, this is so fucking good. It's only going back and in retrospect
Yeah,
where you say it's a bit more simple. I mean, but then again, it has a very
it
it
has to start
flows
from
really well.
and it
The
has to
arc is
start from
really
somewhere
good.
really grounded. It has to start somewhere grounded because it's talking about because we're talking about a massive universe. Even back
Yeah,
for its day, it's a huge universe that it has to introduce you to slowly. So of course it's going to start simplistically.
yeah, that's true.
There's a lot to that. But anyways,
Stream Star Wars movies when
stream Star Wars movies. I mean, we could always go to somewhere like BitTorrent or one of those, or not BitTorrent, but like Torrent or not Torrent, fucking the Stream.me or Stream.ly or one of those places that like literally lets illegal shit on. We can do that.
Mhm.
Um,
What about you can just stream on Pornhub. I'm sure they'll be fine with that.
yeah, dude, just Pornhub like lets whatever on.
Let's just go. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
No pun intended, really. There.
But yeah, Resident Evil 2 remake is just a perfect modern reimagining of Resident Evil 2.
Yes.
Like objectively, it's just a perfect version of Resident Evil 2 in a modern era.
Yes. Accurate.
And yeah, so I don't want to emulate Resident Evil 2 if I can just scrape together the money to buy RE2 on Steam.
Yeah, that's fair. I wouldn't really play. I mean, the original one has its charm. But I don't see a reason to.
Yeah, I don't have a reason to
Yeah.
if I can help it.
Just-
I'll have to emulate 3 unless like at E3 next year somehow Capcom announces RE3R, which is possible, but it seems too
No,
soon after RE2R.
they're gonna make it, and they're gonna make it fast. I think they don't want people to forget how much they enjoyed Resident Evil 2 remake.
Yeah, but and it might be at this E3, but that also might be a little too soon.
That might be a bit soon, but I
Cap-
think they will.
Capcom might. It'll probably not be at the E3 this year, but they'll probably drop it in like a direct or something like September next year.
Oh, have you seen? Oh, there's something else I want to show you too.
This stream will never end. It's just us talking now.
Yeah. There's some people did it. I guess it's a deep fake, but they did sort of like a deep fake reimagining of the Obi-Wan Kenobi Darth Vader fight from episode 4 rather.
Oh shit! You know what? I actually have seen what you're talking about.
You seen that? It's really good.
Yeah, where like what could have been happening off screen, and it's an actual lightsaber fight instead of two dudes holding sticks really close to their body and
And
making it
it's
really
done
awkward.
really well, and it's such a good deep fake because like you can really it looks like the actual dudes.
No, yeah, I saw that. I saw that. I saw what you were talking about, and they did a really good job. Like that, like it looks so real, and they touched up the lightsaber glow effects too, so they didn't look so like weird and wonky anymore.
Like it looks like Sir Alex Guinness is having a badass lightsaber fight with Darth Vader.
Yeah, and it's like, and it mimics the styles of the characters too, because Darth Vader makes those really broad, uncomfortable swings because he's a robot man. He's making those really broad, heavy, uncomfortable swings, and Obi-Wan, is making. You can see the former glory in his moves, but like he's aged.
He's not gonna win this fight. Yeah, you see like as it's going on, like he's getting more and more defensive. And
Yeah.
that scene at the end where he does the force push on Vader, but only gets him halfway to the wall. Like he gets him like halfway
Oh,
to
you
the
know
wall.
what?
And
I
then
don't think I've seen the full thing. Then I don't think I've seen the full thing. So you'll have to send.
It's a 6 minute fight.
Oh yeah, sure, no shit. I've only seen bits and pieces of that. Then so send that to me on Discord, and I'll watch it on my own.
Okay, yeah, I'll send it to him.
Actually, send it to me, and then also put it on Stream Chat, so that way anybody watching this on YouTube archived can look it up. All right, perfect. And then yeah, send it to me on Discord. And
There we go. I remember when I got dinner a while ago. I have not eaten it, so I'm gonna go ahead and eat that.
holy shit. Okay, yeah, go eat. It is now 11. We're an hour over. We're an hour over time because I plan to be done around like 10-ish.
This is a marathon. Where are your tips? Give me the tips.
Give me the tip. I need money. I need money. I need money. Please. I need an audience. Give me money.
Give me money. You know what? I'll check. I'll check after I eat.
I can-
Because usually on Friday nights there are a couple of good detractors that usually stream
DSP coming in like.
DSP stuff. I'll check it out and maybe we can watch that. But let me eat first, then I'll check all that out.
Yeah. If you want to if you after you're done eating, if you want to call me back and we can watch some DSP shit. That's
But
fine.
yeah, watch the RoboCop rap, which is better than it sounds.
Okay.
And then check out the whole scene SC38 or whatever is the scene reimagined, because it's scary, because this is the future of what people can do using computer learning.
Yeah.
That this is going to be the future. Like it looks like him. You're seeing it. There's only a couple of scenes where you're like, oh, it doesn't quite look right.
It was so fucking funny too. Is Disney can't even get a CG Grand Moff Tarkin to look right.
Well, I will say I'm gonna apologize for them, because they did that right before this whole deep learning thing became a thing.
Oh, okay. That the Rogue One was like right before this happened.
It was right before deep learning became a thing. It may have been like a thing in like more advanced stuff, but in terms of it being something a dude on YouTube could do, it wasn't a thing yet. Now it's more of a thing.
That's something I love about technology. Is like, as scary as it can be sometimes, I love that AI upscale and deep learning can pretty much fucking fix old shit for us for like instantly. Like you can just read this and be like, yes, I know how to make this modern. Bam.
It's crazy because you take like a lot of the games who have upscaled textures now. Like they just ran them through like a really good upscaler, and it's watching what the upscaler will do is crazy.
Dude, like, have you seen Final Fantasy IX upscaled? That game looks completely different on upscale.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. Yeah, but Resident Evil, Resident Evil Remaster, the one I'm gonna be playing on my next stream probably. That shit. Again, there's an AI upscale mod for that. Completely changes the backgrounds. Like basically touches them up. Super good. Resident Evil 4 as well. So many of these old games have HD retexture projects going on where some dude just uses his supercomputer and runs it for months and months and months using an AI upscaler.
Yeah.
And to those brave soldiers out there, thank you.
And the thing is the AI intelligence that's doing that is in its infancy.
Yeah, like to those brave men and women out there using their computers as the sacrifice, your processors are very brave.
Have you seen the Shining deepfake?
No. Oh,
where
dude.
they replaced Jack Nicholson with Jim Carrey?
That sounds funny. That sounds funny as shit.
And I mean, the voice obviously is Nicholas still. We can't do that with voices. We will be able to soon.
Oh yeah, some point.
Very soon, actually. But yeah, they replace Jim Carrey. Replace him with Jim Carrey, and there's no.
Speaking of, I'm interested in seeing how the Sonic movie turns out now that they've now that they've changed Sonic.
They've changed him back to like
an actual
What you expect.
yeah, like an actual video game character kind of looking sort of real but not really, which is better than trying to make him look completely real.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, so
God. Yeah, anyways, go eat. We have such this good conversation chemistry, so like we never stop once we get going.
yeah, we kind of
So
just
I'm
keep on finding subjects.
so I'm just going to
But
say
also something I want to do, and before I go,
yeah.
I'm getting MAME set up, which is an arcade emulator,
Oh
and
yeah, you were telling me about that. We'll do
I've
that.
got Parsec,
We'll do
and
that.
I can do it to host arcade games, and we can play like old school. We can play like Streets of Rage or old school arcade games, and because those are fucking boss.
Yeah, we'll do that for sure. Well, I definitely want to do some of the old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games.
Oh man, those are so sweet. Alien
Uh,
versus Predator arcade, fuck yeah! That fucking
Fuck yeah.
game took so much of my goddamn
Um,
money. Goddamn fucking game.
I don't want to do old Street Fighter though, because I have Street Fighter 4, which is just better. Because Street Fighter 4 is just
Oh
the
no,
best
no,
Street Fighter game.
Streets of Rage. I mean,
No, yeah, I know. I know you said Street of Rage, but I'm saying I don't want to do an old Street Fighter because new Street Fighter is just better. Street Fighter 4 is just the best Street Fighter game out there.
it is a really good Street Fighter game. I
Street
would say that
that and
Street
3.
Fighter Street Fighter 2 like Super Turbo is really good, but it's good in a different way. It's a
Yeah, but it's I mean, but Third Strike's better. Honestly, Third Strike's just better.
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Like
4 was really good.
like
4
Third
was really
Strike's the best sprite-based one, and 4 is just probably one of the best 3D fighting games ever.
Yeah, that's true. It's good. They've done a good job of emulating the way the game, what way frames work too, with the
Yeah, but we're gonna
So
do yeah, we'll definitely do like old TMNT shit. We'll do old we'll do Streets of Rage. We'll do all
you've
that.
played Streets of Rage. You've played Streets
Oh,
of Rage. 1
dude,
and
you know
2,
what we
right?
need to play? We need to play fucking Narc.
Oh my god, fucking Narc.
We gotta
That
play
game
Narc.
is ridiculous.
We
Yes,
have
of
to
course
play
we have
Narc.
to play Narc. Narc is so fucking over the top.
Dude, I want to make Ronald Reagan proud and kill all those drug addicts without trial.
Man, that's those games, dude.
I love the concept of just some like super cop with 2 M16s just walking down the streets, murdering drug addicts extrajudicially. It's
It's
such a bizarre concept.
it's the kind of world that it's a better world. No, it's a world that's fucking ridiculous. And
Because at least with what's it called with Death Wish, you know, it's like he's a vigilante. He's not acting under the jurisdiction of law. But with Narc, this dude's supposed to be a cop, and he's not arresting them. He's just blowing.
yeah, and this isn't like a Judge Dredd where there's like a whole. He's just a. This is like the real use of the world.
This isn't even Judge Dredd dystopia. This
This
is
is
just,
the real world. This is like
This
New
is
York.
this is Ronald Reagan's
present day.
pipe dream. Yeah, in 1985.
This is New York present day, where this
Yeah,
dude, this cop, is just walking around with
This
twin
is
machine
yeah.
guns.
This is New York 1985. This is
The
New
eight-
York 1985.
The 80s and 90s were
Holy
fucking
fuck,
weird.
dude. Yeah, in the 90s, you're like, oh yeah, porn theaters. Those were everywhere.
Duke, I want to say that Duke is a bad reflection of the 90s, but he isn't. He's a perfect.
He's a
reflection of,
perfect
you know.
reflection of the 90s. Dude, I didn't even grow up in the 90s. I was born at the end of the 90s, and I can tell you for a fact.
Yeah,
dude,
you grew up in the aughts. Yeah, but the aughts were different.
the
And it's
aughts
only
were-
obvious in hindsight how
The
ridiculous
aughts were
the
an
90s.
interesting time because the aughts was like when pop music was huge, like Justin Bieber and,
And
Lady Gaga.
it was
were, like,
also a
coming to the
time where
scene.
America sort of transformed into a cathedral of death worship,
Yeah,
due to shit going on. But
That's politics. I don't want to bring to the stream though.
yeah,
Anyways, go
But
eat.
that's-
Go eat. We'll talk
yeah.
after you're done eating. I'm gonna go get some ice cream. Just message me when you're ready to show me some Phil content.
All right.
Anyways, thanks to everybody who came, and thanks to everybody who's watching on YouTube. Please give me money. I don't really care about money. I just want an audience. But anyways, yeah, nothing else to say except until next time. Goodbye.